Oh my God. That's that I anticipated.
What a ride.
Holy hell. All right. We're back. Okay. Gee. Give me an audio test. Russ, say something.
Huh? 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 Huh?
Okay. Glad you're not waking up Natalia.
I'm
Jake.
alone tonight.
Okay, Jake, anything?
Yay!
Great. Max.
Amazing.
Fantastic. Let me up you up a little bit. Colin.
Okay, yep, sound.
Yeah, Colin. Yeah,
know.
I don't have even have to ask Colin about his audio because this shit's always gonna be mint condition. So yeah. Okay, so we have night number 2 of Wrestlution and 16. And again, not gonna keep it long because yesterday we weren't long either. So jokes on you, Jake Allen. First things first, I guess we have the tag team championship of the match. We're gonna go to. Am I boring you, Russ? Jake?
It was an exhale.
Exhale?
Those last 3 matches took me out, bro. But
Yeah.
I get you, man.
you go ahead.
Yeah, you got super quiet towards the end. I was like, oh, this motherfucker's tuckered out. He's a little
No,
excited.
I mean I don't talk during my own matches, but the tag team match, beautiful stuff.
So
Yeah.
we'll take it, Russ, since you're probably not gonna be here long. So what did you think about the tag team match?
Oh no, I have all night, so don't worry about that.
Fantastic.
But okay, the tag team match, a good match. Very solid opener. Great performance by both teams. I have nothing wrong to say about the match, honestly. It was it was a pretty solid match. It's a great opener for Resolution, and yeah, it set the bar for the next matches in coming. So yeah.
Colin.
I honestly, I think this match surprised me because I really, really wanted Cutlass to win, and I've been ready for them to be the champions for a while. But no, Sanctum really showed out, particularly Sheldon showed out. I think my biggest worry about Sanctum as a team has always been Sheldon will take the pin and lose the belts, and it'll feel a bit like. And I don't want to see that. I straight up don't want to see it. But it was so good to see him come out, see him really like lead and do some serious damage. For me, it turned Sanctum from a team that I was ready to see take a backseat, chase again, let other teams have a go, into a team that I want to see more of, that has like a second wind after this. So loved it. Really good match, really good showing.
Maxi Pad.
I think it's gonna be the hot take for me, but I think barring the main event, because that fucking main event, I think Sanctum had the best entrance of Lucian.
Okay.
That's just what I think. I think I love the sparring. As for the match, I think I really thought Colors had it because they definitely had it like in the beginning, and then it was pretty even by the end. And then Big Sheldon clutched up and got it. So I was happy. I was thoroughly entertained.
And Jake, did I go to you or no? I don't remember if I
Not
did.
yet.
Okay,
No,
Jake,
no,
you may
I
speak.
mean, man, Jesus Christ! Like, the feud had started with Dead Zone involved, and we did the first ever chamber. But the whole premise of the feud, even going back to the very the beginnings of Cutlass, was that they wanted Sanctum 2-on-2 in the ring. It was so good, like especially, and I have to give a huge shout out to Sheldon and Baxter. They built this little mini feud up the entire time with Sheldon being the weak link and Baxter trying to call him out for it. Those two, like, could have done the match themselves. Like Frazier falling by the wayside and Carmine actually going into the pirate gimmick after being a stick in the mud the whole time. That all fell away because those two put on a fucking Super S Cup level clinic in the ring. It was so awesome to watch. Like, I just stood on the apron the whole time. I was in awe. It was an awesome match. It was one of my favorite tag team matches. I know the spectacle of Resolution is going to add a lot to it. And I know Russ Cole's rolling his eyes right now, but I had a blast with this. I was the one, Victor Carmine was the one who took the pin off Fanitum, which I thought was great because Sheldon Trimbley proved that he's not the weak link. I like the thing that Colin said about, like, eventually, Sheldon may take the pin. But that's the beauty about OCW is you really, really don't know what's going to happen and how this story is going to evolve after that. So I had every intention to walk out of Resolution as tag team champion. Didn't happen. Fucking hats off to Sanctum. Hell of a match. I loved it.
I don't think I introduced everybody in the podcast. I'll do that quickly. We have former CCW former OCW champion and a bunch of other champion, Russ Cohle. He's French. We have Colin, who doesn't like to dress up for Wrestlution. That's the British guy. We have Maxx Edwards, who actually saved his brand. And then we also have now the CCW world champion,
Two-time.
Two-time. Remember, no one really talked about the first one because the first one was kind of a blip. So
Yes, 2 times.
yeah, he's Mr. Two-time, Mr. 2S Courts. Yes. So moving on, now we have that would be the Extreme Monsters Ball rather, which is Atlas and Claudio, our tribal cheeks. We will take it to Max, then Russ, then Colin, then Jake, and I'm gonna forget the order. So Max, go ahead.
We're talking about Alice vs Claudio.
Yes,
I think this
Monsters
match
Ball.
was definitely it was a big meaty match, and it was everything from an entertainment standpoint. I don't think from like a gameplay standpoint it was top of the line, but I think from pure meat, pure just throwing each other around, it was sort of similar to that the Furiosa versus Bertha match, and it was it was pretty fun. I liked it.
Rusty.
First and foremost, I don't want to be the Jim Cornette of this podcast or anything.
You should.
If I say something wrong, it's just not the antlers or anything. It's just my opinion. I respect yours. You respect mine. Okay.
I don't respect
With that
you.
being said,
I don't respect you at all. I don't respect Jake either. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Russ. Go ahead.
Don't start with that. And I have nothing wrong with this match. I was not particularly, invested in the build. I know they had their little backstage attack and everything, but I was not into it. So I looked at it like almost like a weekly match. But it was a Lucian match because they made the spectacle. They made great spots. It was like proper Monster Ball, I have to say. Nothing bad to say. I didn't feel like it was that big at the start. The emotion or the rivalry. I would have liked that rivalry to be longer, but I know because of the game and when we started the season and everything, you can't build. Yeah, I want it to be longer. Not the match. It was the build.
No, I know what you mean. You're still wrong. Go ahead though.
Yeah, I'm not wrong. I have my opinions. Don't start with that. And oh my God, it's gonna be like, oh, everything is perfect.
Just go.
No, say your piece.
I got time. I got time to tell you why you're wrong. It's fine.
No, it's okay. It's for my taste. I would have liked to be more invested. That's maybe on me. But the match was good. It was not, atrocious or anything because I was afraid because of the antlers if they improved or not on the sticks, and they improved a lot. So yeah, pretty pleased.
Colin.
I mean, to an extent, I actually agree with Rusty. I think, for me personally, I wasn't hugely invested in the feud as much as I was for others. But this is a match where I think the spectacle alone carries it, right? You get these two beefy boys, you get these handlers who are on quite similar levels, actually, and I think that match is really important, most important in this game. I think whether you're two top-tier handlers, whether you're two mid-tier handlers, whatever, you got to get that match to be able to, not have a squash, to be able to have a good back and forth. And these two really got that. That's the thing. They're not main eventers. They're not. But they are great when they're together. They're great at what they do. And Rye's really just... I like everything he does. He's fun. It's really fun stuff. The tribal cheeks has become a good meme.
Yes.
And the match itself was fucking carnage, right? There was insane shit happening. There were parts where we were like, oh no, FPR's gone out the window. Everything's weird. But I don't know, man. It felt like a good spirit. It felt like, for me, the most important thing is that all this stuff that happens, whether good or bad, we take it with a kind of fun, oh wow, this is the thing that's happening spirit, rather than, oh, this is shit, oh no, oh no.
Oh no.
And that's the thing. It's a great, because I don't think anyone did that. I think we were all so on board in that moment. And I think this was a match you've got to really try to just not have a smile on your face during, whether we're talking objective quality or not. A fun time, and that's the best thing I can say about it.
Jake?
Yeah, so my biggest thing here is that if you're going to critique a match, if you want to be the Cornette guy, the critical guy, overwhelmingly positive about most of the things that happen. But if you're going to be critical, you should at least be accurate, because this is one of the most longest running feuds in OCW coming into Resolution. Obviously, if you count the stuff that is as far back as the main event of both nights, and then of course Furiosa, Bertha, whatever, you want to count this, like, these two have been going at it. Now, the real critique, if you want to give that to them, there was not a whole lot RP wise, and we all know that the written word is how you really add nuance to a story. Riot has a lot of work to do there, but they're very strong in the video category. But the problem with video is you're very limited in what you can do. So in that sense, Marissa and Claudio's storylines have been very one note. They've been very physical and very, I'm going to hit you with a chair and I'm going to backstage attack, whatever. So that, if you want to give it a critique, would be the critique that I give. Length, no chance, because this has been going on since before Chaos Theory. And the only reason I know that is because I made the hype package, and when I was going back to get the clips, I noticed that this shit has been going on for months. So that was the exception I took here. Now, in the match itself, the build was good. They put a lot of effort into it, which I appreciate. In the match, there was a minute when they went back in the ring, and then they kind of teased going back out, and it kind of hung in the air a little bit. That was the only real dull point. I hate to say the word dull because it's Lucian and it was beautiful, but that was the only point that hung a little bit. The finish, though, I think made up for it. The finish with throwing him on the table after hitting the SIG, and then hitting the big ending on the outside table, throwing him in, and immediately hitting the Bay Bomb on the inside of the ring, it made up for everything. And I also got to say that not every single Lucian match has to be this spectacular main event, where that's what builds everything to the Maxes and the Cassidy Blacksmith and the main events for both nights, is because it's a gradual build. And shout out to Jason Sensation, which I'll do again, for building the card the way he did. Usually I'll give him notes of how I would put matches, but I had nothing for him this time because he did it so great. This was perfectly placed. It was chaos. It was nuts. We were still getting into the flow of Lucian and the emotion of it. And it was just fun. And that's what you need to have for a wrestling show. You just need to have fun. And this had all of it in spades, I think.
So me, I'll just be didn't hate it. And unlike Jake, every match should be a spectacular spectacle, and every match should be 5 stars, 5 Seltzer ratings. And furthermore, my only other quandary is I like pins. We should probably see more of those a little bit. Even though it's Extreme Rules, if you're gonna murder somebody, murder them, and then go for the cover. I've noticed that since we converted from one platform to the other, that kind of goes by the wayside. So I think we should work on that collectively, because it just makes, in my opinion, matches look a little bit better. Moving right along, we have Trey Golden.
Yeah, I don't think you asked Max.
Oh, did I skip Max? I thought Max spoke.
Yeah, asked me. I was first.
I think you skipped.
No, I didn't skip Max.
Okay, go ahead.
So you don't fuck me up, Jake Allen. The next match is Trey Golden versus Dreads. Take it to Colin first. Colin, Max, Russ, Jake. Colin.
I mean, what Jamie's doing with the trans character is, I'm having a great time with it. It's so much fun. I don't know. This match kind of, it's difficult. I'm going to give this a kind of that was a match that happened thing. It was some good moments. I like that Trey does sort of the boxing, and those little moments were pretty fun. But Trans has got to be on top. He's the dude right now for me. I love the spooky shit, and yeah, Trey got put down.
Spoopy.
I can't think of that much to say about it. It was kind of, for me, probably a bit of a cool down match, but yeah, the character works great. I'm glad to see Trey dancing again, but yeah, Trans has got a second wind for me. Just great character.
Everyone loves dancing Trey. Maxi Pad.
I as well, just like Colin, I love the Trans Reign of Terror, especially because the way they build the feud, it's like the feud where you think like, oh yeah, this person, they're gonna make the change at the end, they're gonna win the match, but it doesn't happen. It was the same thing with Trans Colin, and it was the same thing with this, where it's just Trans is like, no, you're dead,
Yep.
you're dead, you're in the ground, nailed you, and it was the same thing that happened in this match. As for the match itself, yeah, it was pretty all right. It happened. There was some cool, it was some pretty fun. I like the dynamic of both these two fighting, and I thought it was a decently even match.
Rustin.
So first the match. I think it was a cool match, a pretty nice match. But I wasn't invested either in Trey versus Trent just because I feel like when you play WWE 2K Universe mode and you simulate for 1 year and one of Los Matadores is WWE champion, it felt the same way to me. Like no, because it's such an odd pairing. I don't have nothing against Trey and everything. It's just so hard. I don't know. It was hard to see Trey and Kamchest Trent come around. So the match is okay, but for me, it didn't have anything. I don't know. And sometimes during the match, there was those moments, a little bit standing around, slowing the pace, but not doing anything while slowing the pace. Like I don't know. It's an okay match. If I would give it a star, I will give it, like a 2.5, 3. Like, a pretty nice but average match. It's just that, I don't think for Trent's, and that's no shoot on Trey, it's not that big for the legend that is Trent. It's not a big Lucian matchup to go up against Trey at this point in his career, I think. So, that's just it. I'm okay with that.
Jake.
Yeah, I actually agree. The build here, the build here lacked a lot. It felt like Trent's attacking Trey came really out of nowhere. I appreciate the effort here to try and make it something because like this feels like to me, if I'm watching just as a viewer, like watching this television show take place, this movie take place that is OCW, it feels like Jacob Trance now after this victory is trying to reestablish himself as a real threat because before he's just been like, wow, I'm Jacob Trance. Oh, I lost. I'm going to go away for a while. But now he's like really reestablishing himself. So if you look at it that way, this is a big win for Trance if he actually continues to follow through and make Jacob Trance a figure that is a threat, especially for the high card on the OCW roster. For Trey, he feels lost. He's felt lost for a really long time. He's made it no secret in the Discord and in public that he feels lost. The match was whatever. It did what it needed to do, and it had the Lucian entrances that made us pop and had a lot of fun. So not much to say about it. It was what it was.
Do we have a segment after this? Or am I bugging?
We had one after and before.
Okay. Let me pull up the thing. I don't have the segments in front of me. I know. Shit. What the fuck is segment? Oh, we had hot storage. Yes. We had the hot storage segment. All I'll say about the hot storage segment is
hot storage was before. All
the was it against old memes and what the fuck else was it, Colin?
Yeah, dead memes and bad viral marketing.
Yeah, great. Fan-fucking-tastic. I don't know what to say about that shit. Sorry, there's music playing in the background. Sorry about that. So I guess we'll do quick on that one. Jake, what'd you think about the hot storage?
I loved it. Another wrinkle. It's something that this is another example of like people reacting to the bookings that they were put in. I just put these two together because the characters are both from England, and I thought it would be fun. And they turned it into something so incredibly entertaining. And now it's shifting into something that may be a little romantic, a little long term.
Oh God.
And it still has that Colin flavor of like being super funny and super entertaining. So I'm 100% on board. I loved it.
Max.
I agree. It was very, very funny, entertaining. It stayed pretty grounded, where like it was crazy, but nothing ever really too crazy. The craziest thing was them quite literally just touching each other, or them getting in the dressing room. And yeah, it was also I was kind of setting us up for some big win from Colin. That's what I thought I was gonna do. Obviously, that didn't happen.
Oh, Rusty.
I liked it. Like Max said, it was not overwhelming or anything. It was just, a good clip that didn't go, too far. It was funny. It was lightheaded. So, no, I have no complaints about it. It was on its place on the show. So, yeah, kudos to both.
No complaints. I can't believe it. Colin, any thoughts on your own work?
I mean, yeah, thanks for. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it because I always feel that with Lucian being very match heavy and very end of season-y, me just slowing the pace down with some jokes about a fucking dead Morbius meme would make everyone just turn off. But no, it was fun to. Ashley's fantastic to work with, really, really great, and yeah, hot storage on top when we're getting mixed tag belts.
I'm remiss if I was upset if I didn't say there was an extra T in hot storage, and that's a really nice Letterman jacket. If only he would have wore that for the thing. Moving on, we have the I believe the wrestling woman. I'm gonna hammer that bitch home till the cows come home. We have
I'll
the
defend
Terra.
it.
Yeah, good. There's nothing to defend. We have the Terra is a Tiramisu wedding retrospective, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lovely, elegant breakdown of a history between two characters. That's my take on it. I don't think I need to express any more vapid ass feelings. As always, Jake can put together a package and have it make sense. So if some people get lost with the lore, there's your fucking lore in less than 2 minutes. Jake, would you like to talk about your package? Not that package, the other one.
Wholesome, baby. You wanted drama, you got night 1. If you want a wholesome wedding between two people who love each other, come to night 2. Under 2 minutes, you get the whole breakdown. Thank you, everybody.
Marissa's just punching air right now. Rust, you should have been me.
I would like to say it was a romantic bathroom break, and yeah, it was just.
Oh, I love it.
No, I like this because most of the segments that are that way always finish like, shit, trash. Look at Marissa and something. And this one was, was pretty nice. It was sweet. Obviously, it's my personal opinion. I don't really like romantic stuff in wrestling. It's not my thing, but I feel like it's fresh between two characters, and it's like OCW. It's, we are in the evolution and everything. So yeah, that was pretty cool. It just, didn't overstay his welcome. And yeah, you get everything between the two characters in under 2 minutes, so it's perfect.
Well, you don't like romantic stuff because you have intimacy issues. Maxie, thoughts?
Wow. I agree that it was wholesome. It was really nice, wholesome. It kind of just, warmed the heart, especially when it was placed in relation to other matches. It just fit nice. It had like a little dreamy sense because it was like a recap package more than like a live thing. I like how that was part of it, where it was kind of different. It wasn't like a live wedding where they were trying to steal the show. It's like, no, this is just a little short video we put together from our wedding. It was nice and wholesome, and it made sense for both the characters.
Okay, sorry, my fucking brain. I can't just Rust and intimacy made me pop in real life. Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry, just from
You
past
said it.
conversation.
You popped yourself?
I pop myself. Sometimes I pop
Yeah.
myself. Hey, if you can't
That
make yourself
happens. It
laugh,
does happen.
if you can't make yourself laugh, then what are we even doing here? Now we have the future investment ladder match. Okay.
Also, I thought the segment was
Oh,
good.
you're not going to
by the way.
throw it to Colin?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
It's all right.
Colin. I've been drinking.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
all right.
Your
Jumping
thoughts.
it was a nice, cute segment.
No, we get it. We get it. It was exactly what it should be. And shout out to Valkyrie and Dragana for showing up at the wedding. The cameos there were nice.
That was a beautiful
I love how
cameo.
Valkyrie looks. Valkyrie always, to me, looks slightly
Always-
uncomfortable in every
Yeah,
situation.
always. There's nothing you can do to make her look less uncomfortable.
He's like, well, it's a wedding. Great. Okay.
That's our socially awkward hero you were speaking of.
Yeah. Fucking love Valk. I wish there was a fucking. Well, we got about cameos. That's close enough. Valk is like The Rock now. Can't afford Valk anymore. Okay. Men's future investment. Where do I begin? So
You hated this match, but it
Fuck.
went over great.
I mean, yeah, but I'm fucking. I need to be more of who I am instead of fucking. Everything's great. No, not everything's fucking great. Sometimes. So I thought the women's was better than the men's. The men had had better spectacle.
Well, that's true.
The men had
yes.
better spectacle, but then the match itself, and the reason I'm confused is some of the people. Well, actually, no, not some of the people. Colin was in both of them. So why wouldn't Colin be like, "Hey guys, we should do this"? Because it fucking took 20 minutes, the last 4 minutes, when people are like, "Oh, we can actually climb the ladder." Okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
fuck.
Funnily enough, I did. That was just a thing that happened. I'll agree. I'll admit. I think the match was not as good as the women's. I mean, if it was gonna be like, well, it's because you didn't win it. No. I did have less fun
that's-
in the men's. The women's was awesome, and men's was a decent time. But yeah, no, I'll just put my hands up and say that with the men's, because I'd had the experience in the women's, we talked about it beforehand, and we set things up in the same way. We were all on voice chat. We all knew the rules of engagement for this, and what that match was, that was what was happening. No rules were different. Nothing was taken differently. It's just what happened. So I'll agree. I don't think the match was bad. I think it was lesser than the women's, and that is a shame. It's definitely a shame that we were in a position where we couldn't get 6 people in, because I think that would have let us steer into the carnage that we were all having. But yeah, it was a match that happened, and I think John was a really good winner. He played well, and of all the people, I think he's the one guy that, to get to that next level, needed that thing that could smash the barrier. That's the thing. We had Pato coming back. That was awesome.
I love that.
I made it my mission to prison rules. I made it my mission to scoop him. I did. I was happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you for that.
It's the thing, man. There are things that could have gone differently, but it's a multi-man. At the end of the day, it's a roulette. It's a coin
prison
flip.
rules.
It sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Welcome to OCW legend Scoop. That's the Hogan Andre of the Scoops for Lucian 16.
That's all I want. But that's the thing. I don't know if I could have done much more. So I'm not gonna, dwell on it. It was randomly worse than the women's, which was randomly really good and better. So, yeah.
Just fucking weird. Like, just climb. People just need to fucking climb. That was it. But honestly, moving forward, I think I might just put that shit as 4, because that way 4 people, you can't fuck that up. Jake, Mr. Positive, what you got, bro?
Don't call me that. I think it was just a case of people being a little too careful. We talked about it in the women's match. You can grab the case. You can grab the future investment briefcase and like do the minigame or whatever. You just can't win the match until the stipulations have been met. And I think that's what escaped a lot of the people in the men's match, is they were too scared. They didn't want to break FPR. They didn't want to do that. I think you especially, in this maybe bias, Jay, because you and I called the match without a crowd and without the spectacle. I think you were way too harsh on it. It was still very fun, and because of your excellent placement on the card, it broke up the action, and it was chaos. It really was. Like, I thought at no point when I was watching the match back tonight did I think this is going too long, they should do this, they should do that. I was just enjoying the chaos, and maybe some of that is because of Pato, and some of it was because of John and Iceman's dynamic, and like I really did not want John to win. But I think the women's was definitely better just because it had a better pace and like the spots. But that's hybrid, right? That's just how it happens.
It'd be like that.
When we do things the way we do things, it just ends up like that sometimes. But I think this was good. I think this was good. I don't think it was the worst match on night 2. Like, and worst in this case means least best. I would put this over Trey and Jacob Trance, like, because it had all of the fun elements that you wanted it to have, and then my fucking lord, John Carter sneaking up the ladder and taking it while Padalomai was climbing on the other side was such a shitbag move. I fucking hate John Carter, and I cannot wait to see what he does with that case.
He's so fat. It's so hard for him to climb. Rust and Maxi. Rusty.
It wasn't bad in any means. It wasn't bad. They actually made me forgot it was a ladder match 20 minutes in.
Yes!
So, yeah, it's just, And then I saw a ladder. I was like, oh, yeah, of course. And the thing is, I don't mind 5 people in a ladder match. It was pretty cool. I think the spots and everything. The only thing I can criticize is, like I said, the 20 minutes outside, and everybody's doing chaos, but nobody's going for the goal. I don't think it's a bad match. Obviously, I don't like to compare, ladder matches between each other, but the women's one was a little better because of, the sense of urgency of the competitors, kayfabe. But then again, if you look at kayfabe, there was Pato was here. He's a threat. Everybody was trying to take him out outside. It was good. The chemistry was good. It's just that it took a little bit too long, I think, for people to to be in the suspense of the ladder match. But John Carter winning is I think it's the best booking. If you're in a sim fed, for example, and you book this match, you want John Carter to win because everybody hates him, but he's like the hottest constructed guy in the match. He's in the middle of the feud, who does not overshadow the match, but is a big part of the match, the Iceman John Carter feud. So and he's the fucking heel, and that sometimes I'm like, who's the fucking heel? And is it Marissa? Is it John? I'm a little bit confused. But in that match, it was clearly John, and he won like Theory won in WWE in the same way, kind of. And now I would say he's the most hated heel right now, and he's got the case. So that's perfect booking in my eyes.
Maxx.
I think this match was a fantastic fatal 5-way. And
This is what I mean. This is the shit I'm talking about.
it was, I think the competitors really added to it. It was great, but in terms of going for the briefcase, it wasn't really there. And I'll join everybody else and saying that night one was better. But I do think that Pato's inclusion was amazing, not only from like a booking decision, but also from how it was executed with the little swerve and with the smoke, the green smoke. I think that was excellent. I think any of these people could have won it and it would have been a good outcome. I think with John, it's interesting because he is involved in that Nate Mack feud, and that's like one side of John, but then there's also the other side of John. That's also like the GOAT Academy rebuild young lion John. And I'm excited to see how those things will hopefully, like, those paths will cross with the future investment and everything, and hopefully I can build them up to being a credible briefcase holder and then challenging. But yeah, it was all right.
I will say, adding on to that, actually, I really do hope that I don't imagine they will, but I hope that John having the briefcase doesn't override the John and Max story, which seems to have gone into a second wind at the moment. They're having a good time with that.
So
yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
With the case. So the funny thing about this match is whoever would have won would have been fine. So like Harris Turner, strapped the rocket ship on him, Harris Turner, whatever, that would have been fine. That could be the whole gimmick. With Nate Mack winning, that becomes a catalyst for fucking John to keep fucking with Nate Mack as they've been doing. With Pat Lomar winning, and it's fucking a legend wins, holy shit. With Colin Locke winning, it just it's fucking more fodder because what can happen, the way people interact and whatnot. I'm sure someone will try to fuck on Colin to take the fucking case. So now that John won, being a shitbag, now that Thomas Archer's in the dirt, we have a new number one shitbag in OCW who happens to be a rookie / wrestler / whatever. I think now that adds a nice dynamic to the Mac Marissa Carter love triangle, because I could foresee that being as like a stipulation, that being in contention for fucking something if they can build it right, and that just gives it a little bit more heft to what's happening. Like, is John willing to put that on the line to fucking whatever for Nate Mack, or fucking custody of Marissa on the pole with the fucking thing? I don't know, dude. I'll fucking put Marissa in the shark cage and the fucking future investment in the shark cage, and whoever wins gets both. Fuck it. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited and semi-sick to my stomach to see what these two fucking people come up with. So kudos to them. Escalation. Moving along, we have the double mint Elliott murdering Marcus McMichaels. We'll do Jake, Russ, Max, Colin. Jake, go ahead.
I was a big fan of this, and I think this was definitive in showing that this was not like a cinematic thing where Elliott's in his own head. Similar to how Quartz is, like, clearly there's only one Quartz in reality, but like he has his own intermingling things in his head. But this was very clear. That motherfucker was on the stage, both of them.
Is it two Elliott Parkers?
When they attacked Marcus McMichaels. There are two Elliott Parkers, and I was into it when I thought this was all like a cinematic deal, and I'm even more into it knowing that there are two of them. Where is this going to go? That this is exactly what Wrestlution needs. Excitement to head into the latter half of season 17.
I'm sure there's a twin. Rusty!
So my question is now, should we say, are they Elliott Parker?
Is that Elliott Parkers?
Exactly. I have no complaints because it was pretty quick. the placement was a bit strange. Maybe it was.
That's me,
supposed to be a
because
night
fucking
two,
no, it was
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
be night
yeah.
2, but I
Amateur hour.
honestly,
Yeah,
I
obviously.
fuck you.
And no, so okay, no,
Oh
but that,
god.
since that it's not their fault, it's okay.
No, it's
I
not
don't
their
mind
fault.
that.
I literally put it there because I was like, oh, because I didn't watch it all the way, and I just
Yeah, no,
fucking put it there based on the instructions, and that's what happened. Watching it back, I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because he calls John out with his gear, and John just won, so it's a little bit weird timing wise. But other than that, I don't understand. I never understood the first time I saw two of the Parkers. I didn't understand. I still don't understand now. But yeah, I don't know where this is going. It's gonna be either complete shit and abandoned idea of storyline in between 2 months, or he commits to it and we have a compelling like Three Minds of Course kind of storyline. So I'm waiting to see what happens. I'm just right down the middle. I don't know yet. So production wise, I don't know who made it. Probably Elliot, but I was surprised because usually he doesn't do much because he can't do much editing and stuff. But so kudos to him to put a video out, and I'm just waiting. I don't know, man.
Max.
I think Lucian is the time for returns, and I think we've seen like promos over the weeks. So I think we could sort of say, Elliot is committing, to the two people. This isn't Fight Club. There are two of them for real. The Angel and the Prophet. I don't know how the hell we're gonna differentiate in terms of like on the card or whatever, or what we're gonna get. But I'm interested to see how that turns out. I'm interested to see what happens with Marcus. I don't know if he's gonna feud with Marcus now, or with the TWC or whatever. But it's a wait and see.
Colin.
I like this. I mean, I'm interested to see where we go with the old what I'll call ghost lore, because I'm just hyped about that in general. I just like the idea of it being a ghost. He's messing up your pots and pans. I don't know.
He's spoopy. He
Yeah,
said he's messing up your pots and
You
pans.
know what? I'm way up for that as a gimmick. It's like it's the whole Angel and Prophet thing, but he's just like a really low tier ghost. Like he just comes into your house at night and just rearranges your forks. I'm gonna really inconvenience these people now. It's like Paranormal Activity, but the start of the film where he's just sort of like pissing around with the blanket. He's not really that threatening. He's just like he goes home to wrestling club. And he's just like putting the bigger plates on top of the smaller plates. So when you open the cupboard, it's just rocking around and shaking. Just really minor shit. That's what I want from Elliot Parker. Just the most ineffective ghost of all time. I will be up for that storyline.
You called him a mid-season supernatural ghost.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's just like we've got the Ghost Academy, now we need the Ghost Academy. You know what I'm saying? These like the trainee Ghostbusters. It's like before you deal with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, you got to deal with the Angel and the Prophet.
Oh my god, the
He'd
ghost.
be amazing though.
TWC,
Ghost.
TWC. All three of them coming out in Ghostbusters costumes?
Exactly.
Ooh.
Exactly, and we get the original TWC out as a special one-off for the attraction for next Lucian.
Oh my god. That is
It writes itself, guys.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What goes on in your head, Colin? We have to move on. I can't.
This is what I live for. This is what I live for. One minute I'm it's
Oh my god.
Oh man. But people will pop for it. People will sell it.
No,
it will
they
sell.
won't.
It will work. I'll make it work.
Mid-season ghost. We have the women's match. Ashley Moore and Marissa Expensive. Max, Rust, Colin, Jake. Max are up.
I think I love these two women's movesets. I think they have some of like, other than like maybe Harry Etiquette, they have some of the most spontaneous and fitting movesets, because Marissa is like this cool powerhouse but also somewhat athletic. And then Ashley just has everything to stomp the living mess out of Marissa and just hit her with the heels over and over again. It was a
Combat
fun
heels.
match, kind of in between the Future Wrestling, which was kind of like a chaotic match, and right before the serious, Owen versus Marguerite. So I think it was beautiful card placement. I think it was a good match.
It was Russ next or Jake.
Which
Doesn't
one?
matter.
I think
Go Rust. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. Just like I said with the Cohle match, I think Riot has improved a lot in his approach to the game and everything. So in the match, I like the moment when he went for the second pin, and Ashley actually counter mid-move the move and went on to win the match. But it was a really close bout, way closer than I imagined. I just have one problem with that whole storyline between Ashley, Marissa, John, Nate Mack. Who is the fucking face? Who is the fucking heel?
Everybody's
I
an
don't
asshole.
understand. Because because the problem, it's not a real problem, but it's just for comprehension. Ashley came up in the match as more of a babyface because of the Colin interaction and everybody. She's supposed to be a heel, but now people have sympathy for her because of Colin, and something. Marissa is like a heel, but out healed by John, and Nate Mack is he a babyface or a heel because he got attacked after the match and
Oh my
Marissa
God.
got attacked. It's just I don't know who's the heel. I
In
feel like
this-
everybody's a heel when he needs
This-
to be a heel and face when he needs to be a face. It's just my comprehension of the thing. It's just it's a little bit. I don't know who I should be cheering for or hate. So I don't know.
Think
But
of it.
The match.
Think for
Think-
yourself.
Think of it like reality
how hard
television.
is it?
Think of it like reality television.
How
It's
hard is it?
everyone's an asshole. It's just which asshole do you like? Do you prefer? Which asshole more aligns with your assholeology? That's how I look at all. That's how I look at all
Look,
these three.
Look, I get.
Go ahead,
look,
Jake.
I get that the generic, very black and white storytelling premise that wrestling
Oh my
was
God.
built on and is built on right now involves the dirty rascal heel and the valiant baby face, whoever comes the odds. But gee, like for fuck's sake, dude. Like this is a meta thing. This is way past OCW, but I just don't understand people who watch. I just don't understand people who watch pro wrestling and think of like, who's the heel and who's the baby face?
No.
Like you're
You know
at
why I
this
say
point. At this point, no.
my
Listen,
God.
you had your fucking time to talk.
No,
At
no.
this point,
No.
Let him
at this
finish.
point, you're
Let him
watching,
finish.
At this point, Rust, you're watching as a person who is expecting certain things out of the medium that you're watching. You're sitting here thinking this person has to fit into this black and white box, and this other person has to fit in this. Who's the heel? It's that sometimes storytelling is more nuanced than this person is a devious asshole and this person is a valiant fighter for justice. This was just the women's match was just a fun interaction between two people who happen to teeter the same line of assholedom. And I will also add that the Ashley Moore, Colin Locke whole thing, not just in this show, but leading up to it, made Ashley Moore out to be more of a sympathetic figure. But man, like this has come up. This came up yesterday. This came up today. It comes up every Twitter comment section you look at. Who's the heel? Who's the big? The fact that you're asking who's the heel is the fucking problem. Just watch and cheer who you want to cheer and boo who you want to boo. It does not have to be this black and white all the time. Go ahead.
You done? You done?
Yeah, he's the guy. Are you gonna retort
Okay,
Russ or are we gonna go
so
with Max?
I'm gonna continue and counterattack what you said. For years
So
in
aggressive.
OCW alone, H2O was criticized because everybody was like, is he a face or a heel? And nobody liked it because everybody in the reviews on the forum and Discord was like, I don't get to cheer for H2O because I don't know if he's a heel or a face or anything. That said,
That's a good point.
No, I mean, if we
That's a
have
good
this
point until it was
argument for
established.
H2O,
Until it was established that I'm sorry
I
to
mean,
cut you off.
it's a good
And I
point for the
think
general
in a sense-
public,
in a
not a good
sense-
point
in a
against
sense,
me.
And no, there's not good or bad point. It's just a point of view. So the thing is, I don't disagree with you when I feel like nuances are important in wrestling. No black and white thing. Sometimes the story is more important. The problem is this story is not a story of two competitors. It's spread like onto like 3 storylines maybe. Yeah, that's two and a half.
Layers
I would
like an
say.
onion,
The
baby.
problem is layers. I'm all for layers. I have a problem with it when it's all it's foggy to me. It's foggy.
That's fair.
No, it's just.
But honestly, when you break it down,
nuances.
when you break it down, then we'll go to Max. When you break it down, though, if there's an asshole meter, Ashley's an asshole, but Marissa is a bigger asshole, like far and away.
Yeah, but
Mac is chaotic neutral.
Why is she a bigger asshole? Because
she's been a bigger asshole longer than Ashley Moore, if you want to look at it.
But this is the whole problem: is that you're asking these questions in search of an answer that fits you. No, but not you specifically. I mean, you now, but in general, like you're asking these questions in order to fit these people into specific bubbles that you think wrestling and storytelling should be. But it's not that simple. Like Ashley is an asshole and came from this, and she had the babyface build up from Colin, but Marissa, even if they're both the biggest assholes on the planet, you have two assholes colliding. I would actually appreciate this more than like you want to criticize WWE all the time. One thing they do is if two assholes who have nothing to do with each other, no reason to like each other, just because they're heels, they'll team up and they'll be like, we're going to fight the baby faces. I would prefer our level, what we do, where like these two assholes, they are assholes and they're going to fight each other because they're assholes. Well, why would they team? Why would they be friendly to one another just because they're both on the same alignment? That is not the case here. That's not how humans interact. What we do is way more realistic than what the bubble, what the black and white definition is that people want to fit.
We're
wrestling
Lucha
in.
Underground, and with that
really
being
is.
said,
The fact that you asked who the heel is, it is.
either way, we're moving on to Max. Max, your thoughts, please. I'm sorry, Colin.
No, don't worry.
I'm gonna give it to Colin because I already talked, but I'm gonna talk.
Oh, my
after.
bad. I'm sorry. I had a little tipsy. Colin, your thoughts. My mistake.
Well, I think with this whole kind of debate, and it's why I wanted to jump in because it is a debate that's not just everyone talk. Yeah, but I think I completely get what you're saying, Russ, because I think with storytelling, I understand why people want maybe not the smarkish kind of here's the heel and here's the babyface, but a kind of clarity in storytelling. The kind of. And I will agree, I think because of like the vines that have sort of grown off it, with Ashley getting involved in Colin and with John Carter always sort of looming over it, it's a weird kind of family tree, right? Because you have, I always feel that Carter is the heel between Marissa and Carter. You've got Ashley and Colin, which is face-ish, but you have Ashley being a heel against Marissa, so I get that there is this disparity there. But I don't know, for me, I don't see an issue with that in this moment. It's the whole show is kind of an ensemble cast, right? And we do have matches where there is a clear face, there is a clear heel, and there is clarity. I like that this story is unique and this kind of whole bubble is unique in that you kind of get to choose who you want to win, right? If you're with Ashley and you like Ashley and Colin, she's the face, she's the one you like. If you're into the Marissa shenanigans, then that's the one you like too. Nate, of course, is someone who just sort of everyone likes with the whole
pretty much
oh, brother, etc. stuff. That's the kind of thing I really like about this. So for me, it was a bit of a palate cleanser. You just get to choose who you enjoy in a meta sense in terms of handlers, and it's a good time. I personally love how with this you had people going. This is me being selfish. This is me being self-centered. But I loved how in the Colin and Ashley stuff, it was like, Colin's going to turn heel with Ashley. Oh, no, Ashley's turning face with Colin. No one knows what the fuck's happening. And that's kind of what I intended. This sort of what the fuck is this thing.
That's kind of the whole point.
That's the thing. If that's me just purposely fogging it up and people don't like that, hey, that's cool as well. But, I'm not a wrestling fan. I don't watch WWE because of this reason. I find it boring that it's like, I'm the cool heel. I'm also the cool heel.
We're all cool. Once upon a time, OCW was full of cool heels, and it was so fucking whack because none of them were fucking
don't
cool.
doubt it.
None of them were fucking cool in the
slightest. Such a good place at the moment. We've got room for all this stuff. I liked it. It's not obviously.
No, I said yeah.
I'm sorry, Colin.
Fuck you, don't correct me.
Don't
him. I said
Shut up, bitch.
You should
go.
You want to fight again, Jake Allen?
He says.
He
disagrees.
You want to fight
go
again?
Ahead,
I will whoop your ass. He
But
already
yeah,
so
no, I
happy
mean,
yesterday. Motherfucker wants to
get
go
the
next
kind of-
year.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'd agree with it if we were like main eventing a big old pay per view, and it's like, oh, because you want that clarity, you want that weight behind it. But nah, I like it. I really hope there's always room for this kind of disclarity in the storytelling and people taking that spot, you know, where they just go in accepting it's not gonna make the earth move, but it's gonna give us all a good time and build some characters in a way that builds characters rather than moves from one place to the next, if that makes sense.
Bet.
But
No,
disclaimer.
we what you call it? We have to move on. But what was your last
That's a
thought?
shame.
No, I said it's not that I didn't like it. I would like to have more shades. Not really. It's all gray right now. And
Yeah.
But I liked it. I like the story, the whole involvement of Colin and everything. I liked it. It's just that I think, now that I think about it, maybe Marissa is on too much front for herself. I don't know, in too much storyline. You know, just maybe it's too spread out. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks.
I can get I'm sorry. I can get behind what you're saying now a lot more than what you said before. I completely I'm okay with that. You're right. You are.
Oh, okay. We're moving on. It's getting hot
Sorry.
and heavy in this motherfucker. You add a Frenchman, and all of a sudden tensions rise.
You knew it was
No,
gonna be
fucking-
that way.
I love him.
Fucking
We
Jake
love
wants to
the
fight
yellow
again at
other.
Resolution 17. I'll fuck you up again, motherfucker.
No, shut up.
You
with your
shut up.
meh.
It wasn't
this
a
roster
meh.
giving us what we
It
have. You
wasn't.
give 'em meh.
Listen, it wasn't a meh. It was asshole.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
mean,
not.
I was
I'm not
making
gonna
it sound
defend my
like this
noises.
is-
I'm not gonna defend my noises.
Me. Let's move
I'm-
on.
I love it.
You're lucky I love you, fucking asshole. Anyway, the Mark Reese Owen hype video. We'll take it to fucking Mr. Excited Jake Allen. Jake, Rust, Max, and Colin. Sorry you always laugh, Colin. It's because you're British.
No, yeah, no worries.
And I gotta put a ribbon on it because man, I think it was Max. Apologies if Colin said it. Ashley and Marissa movesets perfect, excellent job. The match we kind of got off track there, but it's such a great match. It was worthy of Lucian. Anyway, the fucking hype package here had me erect. I was ready to run through a brick fucking wall.
Great.
And I'm gonna just say this universally for the last three. And because I had nothing to do with them, I love a hype package. I said this last night on the post-show pod, but fucking God, give me more of it. If you're on a pay-per-view, you deserve it. Get yourself a hype package. It was awesome. And if you want to go out there and fit people into a little bubble between face and heel, this did it so perfectly where they shifted Mark Reese, who would have been a babyface any other time, into that heel role. Mark Reese came out with the less energetic entrance, which was fucking epic. They had the whole the singing of the national anthem for both countries. My God, and the drama, the back and forth, and like Owen, we know what he is from a. I think this match more than anything else benefited from the meta understanding of it. I don't know how much an outside viewer would have appreciated it as much as we did because we know what Mark Reese is and we know what Owen is. And the fact that Owen came out swinging and became Super Saiyan lad Owen and was putting Mark Reese down to and fro was amazing. The big comeback from Mark Reese. The way they were able to tell the story where like Owen was the valiant babyface but still dominated the match, typically like an asshole would. Mark Reese had the big dive to the outside, and then they ran back inside the ring. Owen was within a fingertip of winning this match. All he had to do was not go for the pin after the powerbomb, pull him away. Mark Reese can't kick out. It's over. But he did not do that. That's the veteran experience of Mark Reese shining through. It was a perfect match, and I mentioned it during viewing party. The fact that both solo championships, that being the North American title and the international title, the fact they stole the show was incredible. I have no critiques on this. It was so good.
Rusty.
Oh my God, how do I put this? Oh my God, no, it just underwhelming for me, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of salt.
Really? How's that?
Yeah,
I gotta hear that.
I was not into it. I don't know. It's just the finish, the last couple of minutes where I was invested, because it was intense the last couple of minutes. But I don't know, man. It's just maybe it was a time where I was maybe a little bit tired during the show, and I was like, that's my breather. Maybe I was too invested in the other matches. I don't know. It's just that I don't know. It's not a bad match, but
I think it's one of the better matches of the night. Oddly enough.
No,
I mean,
I
the
was not
actual
into
show
it.
total.
The problem is if I judge the match by itself, yeah, of course it's a good match, but it's just I was not into the bill is good. The bill is good, but it's just, I was just not in it. I just not a critique on both guys. It's just me personally. So I have nothing more to say.
Maxi.
I'm gonna touch on that Marissa versus Ashley and just,
Motherfucker, really?
I'm gonna just say that for me, I was more of like an old versus new kind of passing of the torch match. It wasn't really about
I
who face
love
or
that
heel.
you said that. Yes, I love that you said that.
And now back to the
That's a
hype
good
package.
call.
First off, the hype package is sexy. There's some narration, which is always hard to do in OCW just because of the way it's formatted. So we had voices defining it. I think this match was the most like, if you were to look at it just through a microscope, what happened at Lucian, it was beautiful because all you have to understand was just Britain versus USA. That's all you needed. It was just two meaty men going at it. As for the match itself, I think it did benefit from that meta understanding of like Owen really showing out in the beginning, and he almost had it, and then Reese just took it at the end. I enjoyed it, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Colin.
Oh my god, man, this match had me on edge. Like, this was for me quite an interesting thing, because this wasn't the match I was excited for most. And I think I mentioned before that for me, and this is probably where I'm gonna put my pants on my head and go like, oh my
Pants
god,
on
what?
head.
Yeah, but I wasn't massive on Owen's characterization going to that. For me, I always read Owen as a bit more heelish, and so I suppose that kind of, for me, was bringing out my inner Ross Cole, where I was like, what's going on? What story are we telling? And for me, I mean, that was set in fucking stone with the whole sort of like UK versus US thing that got brought in.
I love that so much because I said who's
Yeah,
the face, who's the heel after the flags playing and the Brits in the chat going ugh. Now who's the face? And then fucking Jake's yelling at me like, hey, but they're fucking British. If they're fucking upset, then you gotta fucking know they're upset. They're British, motherfucker. But yeah, I'm sorry, Colin.
Yeah, no problem. But for me, that's what made the match really good, because I went in thinking, fuck no, please not like this. And that carried me through so many things, and it was, for me, the big moment in the match, and I will give Owen so much credit for this, was after it was over and Reese had sort of retained. I was relieved because in character I wanted Reese to win. For me, he was the face, but outside, fuck did Owen bring it out. I've never seen him play like that. He's always one of those handlers that I never gave him a chance, man. I thought he was going to get steamrolled. Seriously, I thought, over.
Same.
But he's really improved his game, really improved his playing, and I've got a lot of respect for that. And I think, for me, it's been a shame that he's kind of been relegated to the dude in Sanctum who kind of isn't really, in terms of like the tag matches, which, no fault of his own. But, I don't know, this for me was a moment where, despite the fact he didn't win it, in a way he kind of fucking did, right? He did better than anyone would have given him credit for, and I reckon he's in such a good position to take it forward after this. Great showing.
I'll leave with Owen has this thing where he thinks like he's a top lad, and he proved it. But by the same token, when you think you're the shit and then you can't move a motherfucker out the ring and you lose that way, you gotta reassess. Gotta be a little humble. My man had his Kobe Bryant moment, but it was a fucking great match. I dug the shit out of it. And now we will move on because we're cycling to the end. A little bit longer than the last time, but we're still making great time. We have the hype package for. Let's talk about the hype package quickly between Maxx and Thomas Archer. This is another one that's been going on for quite a while. Like just from the seeds that have been sown, in the past. Maxx is somebody, in my opinion. Actually, I'll say that for the match, but yeah. Basically, it brought people up to speed on what happened. There was this frame in there that kind of made it look like Thomas Archer and Colin were together, which popped me huge. Like, oh, they're fucking heels, but it's a fucking scene. What are you gonna do? But yeah, it told the story. It got me invested, and you know, it is what it is. We'll do reverse order. We'll do Colin, Maxx. Actually, we'll do Colin, Rust, Jake, then Maxx, because it was his video. So we'll start with Colin. Right back, snake style.
Yeah, spectacular. There's so much history into this feud. I love the Thomas Archer character. Always have. It's great. And Maxx on a meta sense. Maxx is one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite handler here to work with, and the characterization is spectacular. This just rounded up how much great video work and how much great work in general has gone into this. And for me, this is what Lucian's about. Nothing of this felt overly scripted or like it had been jotted out on a board somewhere millions of years in the past when dinosaurs ruled the earth. This was the stars aligning and everything coming together flawlessly. This is what OCW is for me. This is what Lucian is for me. And just hats off. Spectacular work.
Rustin.
So we're talking only about the package.
We're
right?
talking about the package first, then we'll go with the match.
Okay. So package amazing, fucking amazing. But you know, who doubted it? Just you know, round out the story perfectly. Even if you didn't knew OCW before tonight, and you saw that pro package, you know,
they did,
you know about Archer and Maxx, plus a little, you know, the perfect song also with the lyrics. Everything was perfect. Yeah, everything was. Yeah. By the way, great choice of music because I don't like the original was music, but the remix was good.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry to interrupt, but when the synth first came in, I was like, oh, it's a metal remix of Bar Bar Black Sheep. And then the lyrics came in.
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, it's just I think it's Maxx that did the work probably because he likes to do video stuff. So kudos to him because you know every time he does something with these videos, it's just a bit like Colin. You know they always nail it, and this one was maybe the best. I'm not gonna rate the promo packages, you know, in Lucian, but it was probably you know the best, if not second best, or tied. You know, just on top of the world. And we're gonna get to the match, but the match delivered exactly. If not more than I anticipated. So, you know, great job.
Jakey.
No, it was the best of the entire weekend. It was so hard to top the international title hype package, and they fucking did it in spades. I've made so many of these over the last 5 years, but because of that, I was able to appreciate the timing on the clips to the music, every single lyric lined up to what was happening on screen, and something that is a little harder to do and it takes more time. Maxx was able to crop out the HUD and like keyframe every single moment into a DVE and like make it so perfect. Perfect. Like the impact to like do that WWE thing where they zoom out and then they zoom in on impact. He fucking nailed it the whole way out. I would just assume that Maxx made this one. It was excellent. It had the Once Upon a Time motif, and I could not gush more about a 3-minute and 27-second hype package because most of mine are under 90 seconds. I'm such a fan of this.
Maxie.
All right, I did make it, and it was definitely like the most fun and the most invested I've been in making a hype package. Just because like there was so much to just pull from, so many videos and just pictures and whatever that I could have used and that I didn't use. I'm glad on a Lucian wide scale that there were longer hype packages because it was like longer term feuds that were coming to an end pretty much. So I was happy to see that. I was gonna say something else. In terms of the feud itself, Thomas Archer was definitely just one of those characters where I wanted to do that feud, and even if it wasn't specifically at Lucian, like I could have done other things. But I was like, no, I don't care how cold, I don't care where he's been. I need that eventually. And then after the Colby and like with the turn, it was like now was just a time, and then I just put all my eggs into that.
Put all your eggs in the basket. Wonderful fucking feud, which takes it to the actual match itself. Thomas Archer versus Maxx Edwards. Brand versus a career versus Brand. I really wish I had the fucking video thing I wanted. I had like a Hollywood thing, but it corrupted, so I didn't sneak it in. I wish I did. It would have been fucking epic, but such c'est la vie. Match is great. Maxx is a good baby face, Jake. But yeah, no, fucking solid match. I was nervous in the service because fucking Jamie don't give a fuck. But yeah, man, didn't get 8-figure. He didn't lose his income, and fucking came out from the clutches of defeat. That shit was fucking a roller coaster ride of emotion. And Thomas Archer's is gone, and now OCW is a little bit fat free. It's exciting times. We see now we'll see what's next for Maxx. I think Maxx has a bright future, if you will. Internally talks have always been, I wish Maxx would be, a guy to step up a little bit instead of being kind of quote unquote mid card, whatever. But he tells good stories and he's always been fucking consistent. So sometimes you need a solid fucking mid card. Everybody wants to be champions, but motherfuckers don't want to do the middle work to keep things exciting like the old wrestling used to be. Either way, fucking super sports entertained, great fucking match, super exciting, and I can't wait to see the future of the Maxx characters. So let's try this time around. We'll start with Jake, Rust, Colin, then Maxx. Jake, you're up.
The match was executed. I think this is something that we can get out of the way, is that every single match on Lucian executed in that really, really good hybrid player versus player way that we always want them to go. And like, there's a bunch of stuff that people want to do, like spot wise, and you could clearly see a universe where Maxx does not reverse that 8-figure income.
Yep.
Archer locks it in, and that's it, because that's the second finisher, and that's over. So like, from a meta standpoint, the fact that just the minute he reached down to his leg and Maxx kicked him in the face to reverse that finisher was like such a huge pop for those of us who are in the meta of it all. And that's the beauty of OCW, is you're able to enjoy it from this regular standpoint and from the meta standpoint as well. Russ Cole definitely loved this match. I know he did, because there was a very clear babyface and a very clear heel, and I know he watches shows in a very black and white sense and a very perfect pro wrestling template that he has built up in his mind. But this did fit that build. Maxx and Archer was one of my most anticipated matches coming in. And just like Maxx said, this had to happen eventually. It really did. And there could not have been a better stage in the world than Wrestlution. Archer's been kind of on the outs already. And for Maxx to send him on his way out, the sky is the limit for this motherfucker. The match probably... It's so hard. I don't want to put Court and Garcia as the best match of night one, and this is the best match of night two, but it might be. I'm gonna sleep on it, but it's between Archer and Maxx Edwards and Owen and Mark Reese for sure.
So before we go to Russ Cole, Jacob, would you consider yourself an anarchist?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. That was the correct answer, motherfucker. Rusty, you're up.
So usually I'm not, the Jay Colin type, which means I don't scream at every suplex I see on every show, and don't give 5 stars to every matches. This one was particularly good. This one was, was really solid for story standpoint, because I love how the match was constructed first. Of course, the history, but just the match itself. Thomas Archer got a lot of heat time. Like, he was the big experience, more experience than Maxx. Heel in the thing. Yes, he was a heel against a face.
I know.
Wow, big heel.
I know, it's
big
crazy.
Face. I love it. Jake
Crazy.
Allen. It's just, wow. 5 stars.
Wow.
6 stars in the OCW Dome. Fuck's sake. And
Wembley.
In Wembley.
and no, okay. And I like that. Like he said, like Jay said, for the last finisher of the match, Maxx countered it, and it was just the perfect ending to a feud that was constructed over the years. I don't know, it's been a long time since they've been together, in and out, and perfect send off to Archer, who I have to admit I thought it was already gone, but now he's really gone. So the thing is, there's no better person than Maxx to retire Archer is, mentor / boss or anything, and friend, of course. So
Former
now
friend,
I
then he
can't
might
wait
be a
to
piece of
see-
shit.
Yeah, but I can't wait to see where Maxx, because I'm a big Maxx mark.
Who the fuck doesn't like
me
Maxx?
too.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
No,
universally,
really.
has their
And I
fucking
wish-
favorites.
And
Like,
that's a personal thing that I'm gonna say to Max. Don't let these animals here corrupt you.
I like my
Please.
friends. I don't like the
Please.
people. I don't like you if they do good stuff.
Fuck that. Everyone loves Max. If you don't like Max, you're a cop.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that assessment. So I'm a big Max mark, and I can't wait to see him go, because for me it's been a long time since he's not a mid-carder anymore. It's just like a big superstar who's waiting for a shot, at world
Montez
championships.
Ford of
Because it's
OCW.
because it's crowded. It's very crowded, but he makes his way slowly. But he's already a superstar. For
Ray
me,
tells good
it's like
stories.
the superstars. He's the superstar of the next generation. So I hope he does even better, because he does really excellent every time he touches a video, a word, a match, everything.
Yes.
So kudos to Jamie, because he constructed also the match very good. And yeah, it was probably my second favorite match of Evolution. Yeah, I would say that.
Before we get to Colin and Max, the only thing I wanted to say was I forgot. Oh yeah, no. Colin has not told a bad story yet. I'm trying to think of any bad story. I'm not fucking Colin. Max. I'm so sorry.
No.
Max hasn't
sorry.
had a bad. I mean, you too, I guess, but Colin Max most definitely has not had a bad. Like, I'm trying to think of any bad Max stories, and they're all pretty
I don't
much.
remember.
Neither of them.
Yeah,
Neither of
they're
them.
pretty. Like, let me have this, Jake. Yeah. So, I'm not too worried about Thomas Archer, because I'm sure Jamie will come up with 5 more fucking alternative characters. It's all good. One's gone. Fucking 4 more come in place. Like Legion never dies. Colin and Max. Colin, your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll kind of echo what everyone said. It's great match, and the stakes were so high on this. That's the thing. I was biting on every sort of finisher and everything that nearly happened, because we knew the consequences, right? We don't want Max to lose the identity or be forced to rebrand or whatever that would have involved. And this was a clear-cut moment where we just wanted to see him just beat the shit out of Archer. Archer's been a twat for long enough. It's time for
Twat.
But the one thing I will disagree with, and I'll disagree with this very, very hard,
Really?
is when Russ said about Max sort of going to the next level and waiting for that opportunity. The main event scene was crowded. I mean, it's like when you read the words, bro, Colin says something that I 100% agree with. There are people in the queue for a world title ahead of me. All of them have challenged for it tonight. That fucking goes for Max, man. Everybody who could be in front of Max for a title shot challenged for it this Wrestlution. He's the dude. It's time for him to be shot. He's good. Everyone loves him. Everyone loves working with him. Crowded scene, nah. He's at the front of the queue. 100%. I can't put him over enough.
Fair enough. Maxi Pad, this is your world, Squirrel. What you got to say?
I think I believe Jake said it earlier, and it's that Jamie just does not give a fuck. All right, so
He was playing hard.
he's going into that match to beat my ass, and he was beating my ass, and like especially with the way the game works, compared to like the other game, when you get your ass beat, it's just like damn, it's like that, okay, and it's just how it was, and then he hit the first. It was kind of even, like when we before, and then he hit the first foreclosure, and then it was just very scary from then on out. And,
Terrifying.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, from we'll move to the next match in a second, but from a standpoint like, okay, so let's say this is, and this is the funny part. As much as fucking Jake, like, oh, you're so negative. Again, I'll fucking say it till the cows come home. There's people
I never
here,
said that.
You always do. There's people here who
I never said that.
Can I finish my statement before you cut me off? There's people here that they were like in awe of what we do, and this is just this is a fucking another Saturday. Or no, this is a special Saturday, but Sunday. But you get the idea. This is what we do. We do this at the highest level. So I always say this, even our worst match is still better than the best match anybody else does in this medium. Period. Bar none. I stand by that. Even the fucking worst, like me fucking doing instant recovery on red, whatever, is still way better than fucking anybody else. And I put that, it sounds creepy, but on God, honestly. I'm not a religious man, but yes, I've seen what other people do. I'm handsome. I've seen what other people do, and it's not the same. Because we have this community, for better or worse, that, seemingly works. Probably because I'm fucking awesome, but who knows? But yeah, Like I've seen shit. Like it's just like ugh. Like these matches are great, and people are watching like holy shit. Like yeah, no, this is what we do. We're talented. We're good. And if you motherfuckers want to go and just go online and be cheesy, you can do that too. You can do that and actually make these fucking people look good. You can do a Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart against a guy who just runs out the ring like John Carter nonstop, and just still make a good match out of him. So shout out to fucking OCW for that. Yeah. So back to my original point. In a world where Maxx does not counter the 8-figure income, and he is forced to tap out in the most saddening and depressive fashion, there's still a story to be told. There's, Maxx losing his identity and then a redemption arc, and hopefully maybe on the come up. And if he fucking loses again, something else will fucking happen. So, whatever. So either way, Jay really fucking Jake really is just chaotic anarchy neutral or something. Fuck, I thought whatever. But yeah, so no, that was one of my favorite matches of the night, and I'm fucking glad that Maxx won. Thank God. But it is what it is. So now we have the fucking main event, the CCW main event. We have two other motherfuckers in that main event with us, so that's gonna be funny. I want to discuss that. The package first. Package pause. That was I've watched. Who made that? Was it Tony who made that package? Who made that package?
Tony.
It was
Yeah.
Tony.
All right,
It was
that
Tony, yeah.
that is Tony, like Tony, baby. That package was. I've listened to that fucking video just from the I was making eggs and bacon and pancakes and toast because I'm fat, and I was humming I was humming that song not knowing what it was, and I was bothering me like, what fucking song is that? And then I played the video because like, oh, that's that song. Such a good fucking song. Such a good fucking lore dump for people. In a world where everyone needs to be fast food served information, I guess hype packages are the medium to do that. I'm not gonna fucking look back. I don't know the history. I don't care about the history. Great, who gives a fuck? But yeah, these are the mediums that can help. So yeah, it did the thing. It let the 4 pillars thing, which I don't know. That was a fucking Tony idea. So like, fuck it, might as well go for it. But yeah. Unlike other 4 pillars, our 4 pillars actually are 4 pillars of the new generation 4 years ago, which is weird. That new generation is 4 years ago. These people did all that 4 years ago, which is why I'm gonna divert real quick. How motherfuckers be thinking they deserve championships like 6 months in. These motherfuckers did this whole thing 4 years ago, working their way up to have these fucking moments. But I digress. A great fucking package. Wonderfully historic. I got a little leaky. Honest, if I'm honest, I got a little leaky with the package. Pause. It was really fucking well done, and I like all 4 of these motherfuckers. The twins came in mad young. Pause. And they fucking just, they're like little British NATO tits / pews. Nose clean, good shit, good fucking matches. Hey, you did shitty. Okay, let me fix it. Great, fantastic. I love people who I can say, hey man, you fucked up, and they go, yeah, how can I improve? People want to give fucking H2O a lot of bullshit. I can tell H2O this was dog shit. He goes, all right, how do I fix it? I tell some other people that they'll fucking have a conniption fit. I fucking told Jake about that shit. He fucking killed the character. Shout out to Tay Breezy. But no, like fucking 4 great fucking people of build up of a match. Jake was emotional for some of these packages. I was emotional for this one. This one hurt my heart because when you see shit like this, like they're gonna leave now. But who the fuck knows? This was a great fucking package. And I guess we'll talk about the package some more. We'll go with Colin, Maxx, and then the 2 people that are semi-off the package, Rust and Jake. Colin, you're up.
Yeah, really great. And it's like you said, right? It's a perfect lore dump that basically shows just how much has gone into this. I'm never a fan of the whole kind of like, why this isn't explained enough. No, it's just follow it. Go with it, just sort of be on for the ride no matter what point of the fucking train ride you got on. I'm still the newest here, and I got quite a lot out of this, even though I missed, I think, all of CQC's run and all of like the Uncrowned stuff. All the handlers involved did a great job of convincing you that this was heavy, this was meaningful, this was important, and that's what I think is to take away from this. You have to really try to not be swept up in it. You've got to really try and really be cynical to not get what is being said in just a few images. So yeah, hype package was perfect for that. It really hit the spot. And I'll save what else I think for the match because it was a good time.
Okay, Maxx, you're up.
gonna say
Sorry.
shout out to Tony, because I know my hype package is like 3.5 minutes. His was 4 minutes, and I know how much time that must have took just getting everything just right, and it came out amazing. I agree with what Jay said when he's talking about people, wanting title shots or wanting to like be that guy only like 6 months in. I think this one showed perfectly how it was like all 4 of these dudes, they just grinded for like the past however many years, and they just worked hard, and it was just dominance. I think the hype package, compared to like other ones, it wasn't even necessarily about the story in between them. It was just about their success and their own individual journeys here. They really are the 4 pillars, and I think it's crazy because I think the reason why this is like a sad hype package is because we know that this match is never going to happen again. Even if they're going to be here, they're probably not going to interact with each other for like a long time in a meaningful way. And it's like all the roads are crashing, and it's all going to be split up after this, and it'll be different. Like OCW will be
God
different.
damn it, you're making me
after this.
emotional. Stop it. I can't be emotional. That's Jake's job to be the fucking wet napkin bitch. He's mom, I'm dad. Dad has to be stern, and mom has to fucking cry and give you fucking. You should give you cookies before you go to bed because you didn't eat your fucking peas. She sneaks you cookies, so you go to sleep with some food on your table. Rusty, your thoughts?
I'm so proud of the job Tony did, or Callum, I should say, because it was Tony, did with the promo package. Because first in the chat we were like, who's gonna do the promo package, and I assume it would be Jake or me. And he went in and said, "Oh, I'll do it." I said, "Okay, good." And actually, I saw it only once before seeing it tonight, and I was like, "Damn, that's a banger." And I think it was even better watching the VP because everybody got quiet as fuck. And when it ended, when it ended, everybody was like, "Oh." They were so hyped, even more than before, because of this package for the match. And even I was like, damn, we were sending, in our group, we were sending love to each other, like, I love you all, guys. And everybody was like hugging and stuff, and the match had begun yet. So it was just very emotional and perfectly fitting, because like I said for the Maxx promo, the same thing. If you didn't know OCW before, you know now the history before the Fall Guys. It's just like you have the complete history, the every breakup of the tag teams, everything. So that's the perfect storm, and that's not a pun. Just the perfect storm for the match ensuing. So kudos to Callum. Both this promo package and the Maxx one were the best in my opinion, because it made people felt some kind of way.
Yes.
So, and I think that's important. When I see a promo package or a teaser or a trailer for a movie or whatever, it has to give me emotions. It made people want to see that match even more than before. So, great job. Very great job.
So before we go to Jake, I just wanted to make a mention of one thing about promo packages. So shout out to Owen for that promo package. Every motherfucker was like, "Oh, Owen's going to win. I'm so glad y'all lost money. I'm so fucking glad y'all lost money," because that's how wrestling works. Because there's motherfuckers, they'll do that. They'll do a promo. They'll do a thing because, "Oh, I'm winning. Yay. Great." But then when they're losing, they're not going to do it. Not so much now, but old country. Fucking Owen hit y'all with the Uiwapti and y'all lost money, so I'm happy you lost money. Fuck you. Jake, you may speak. Jake
That's,
here?
quite the reaction. That's quite the reaction to take to your general audience.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, from a technical standpoint, from an editing standpoint, obviously the 2 better ones were the Maxx Edwards and Thomas Archer, and Owen and Mark Reese. Technically speaking, those were on another level. This one, though, it did have so much more of the storytelling and emotion elements that you all have already talked about. We saw it initially. We were all blown away. No notes. I mean, there's no need at that point to get in there and talk about, well, keyframe this or do a crossfade here. Like, this is kind of, I hate to say it, but this is kind of like what you work for, right? You work to get this kind of excuse when you build a hype package like this. You work 4.5 years to get to this point where you're like, okay, well, I've earned this and I can kind of coast on the back of history and everything. And this just did. Every time I watch it, despite knowing that this or that could be a little bit better, technically
That's
speaking,
me.
the emotion is on such a high level for me because I follow it. Hopefully it was that way for anybody who did not know it and they were able to treat it as a war dump and they were able to like see the whole journey that the 4 wrestlers inside the ring were able to go through. My big problem here though is that I don't know who the face and the heel is. No, I'm
Why? See, you know
no,
what?
I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking.
Fucking
I'm
asshole,
totally
dude.
joking. I'm totally joking. But yes, I'm very happy that Tony was able to put this together. It got me misty-eyed too the first time I watched it ages ago. Russ is absolutely right. When it first started airing and everybody got quiet, I felt such an immense amount of pride in what we have built over the last 4.5 years that I can't even put into words.
Pride in what you do. So that being said, the other note that I forgot about is Tony's low-key one of the better video dudes. He doesn't do them often, but when he does knock out of the park. Run, boy, run. So shout out to Tony for that one. Shout out to the lad. I fucking love the twins, B. Twins are the prototypical like what I want in a rookie in OCW. Again, nose
We
clean.
loved him first. That's why we were here and you're gushing about him.
Actually,
I gotta hold hands with Russ Cole right now.
You know how you
bro,
can't
we
hold
beat him
hands?
first.
Nope.
We
you know
beat
how
everybody to him.
You know how you can't hold hands because who put him in a match for the title? It was Pew before you. So fuck you.
Don't
Nah.
do that.
No,
don't do that.
because you talking nonsense.
No, that doesn't mean anything.
It
Your
does.
artificial
See?
Pew's artificial launching of Doc to the top. Let me remind you of this. What feud did you rip apart in order for Doc to get that title shot? There's a clip towards the end of that hype package where Russ Cole is beating Tony backstage and Quartz is beating Doc backstage. Do you remember what feud was as hot as fire when you ripped it apart and forced CQC to fight KD and Tyson Wagner so that Doc could go fight for the world title? So don't fucking come to me and tell me that you saw them first when you had to pull me away from them in order to get Doc that match.
Maybe if you would
Get
stop
out of
trying
here.
to
Ask both of them.
Stop trying to get over. Stop trying to get yourself up.
Ask both of them.
We spoke
this
to
is
Maxx and
the
Colin
point of the
already.
show where this is not them. I'm talking about Tony and Doc. You want to talk about the twins?
Are you shooting on me now? You want to fight? You want to fight again? You want to fight again?
Get that bullshit out of here.
Fight again.
I can feel the contention in Russ Cole's laughter right now. The fact that you want to take credit, you want to put yourself over for that. Let's move on to the match.
I'm putting myself over because I'm the shit. Fuck you. This face isn't everything. If I wasn't here, you motherfucker. How dare you? Put some
I have a
respect on my
problem because
name.
I don't know who is the face, who is the heel between Jay and Drake.
I am
that is
one.
perfect.
I am
This
one.
is why I love you.
I am 100.
God, what a-
I am
what a
100.
comment.
I am 100% the face. I be sitting here just minding my own business, and motherfuckers be telling me I'm wrong. Fuck you. This is here because of me. Goddammit. Give me my fucking flowers, or I'll stab you in the throat. Anyway, moving on. I can't even say stab you in the throat on Twitch because then people think it's literal. It's not literal Twitch. I'm just joking. I'm not gonna stab him in the face. I like him. He's just a pain in the ass. Moving on. Anyway, we have. Oh, is my package coming? It's not coming. Anyway, we have the actual main event, CCW World Title. Fucking. Oh boy. Top to bottom, an emotional roller coaster ride. I only have one note towards the end, which is just a personal note on me, but this basically set the stage for what the main event's supposed to be in OCW. Thankfully, it was delivered by the 4 participants, but then again, when you have the 4 participants, of course, it's always going to be delivered as such. Fucking Jake with his 90-minute drum solo. Can I ask you real quick? We'll go in the order of Colin, Maxx, then Russ, then you. Actually, no, you, then Russ. But can I ask you, what was the thought on the drum thing? What was your idea behind that? We gotta get some minutia.
Idea?
Yeah, what was the idea?
My idea behind it wasn't. I knew that Her Majesty had a royal drum corps, so I looked for some kind of performance they had. They did a really dope performance back in 2018, I think, with Secret Base, which is another drum corps that is prevalent in the UK. And I mixed it, which took a fucking long time, with my entrance. And it was about 3.5 minutes, so I cut it down. It was the first half of it, which wasn't as good. The second half, after that drum solo that goes with Quartz's theme, into the entrance was way better. So I actually chopped it from 3.5 minutes to about 2, and then the rest is Quartz walking to the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you were complaining after even when we recorded the match, you were complaining about my entrance. I feel a little personally slighted that you singled me out, but I thought it was a great way to enter the match, given that I was first of the 4 to come out. I thought it was a good way to come out. I'd be interested to hear what the rest of them think, but I did cut it down quite a lot. So I thought it was fun.
Look, back in the day, we had people that literally submitted a 20-minute video and the 20-minute entrances. So I'll leave. No, I'm not joking. If you go back on YouTube, you can see that I'm not even joking.
I believe you, but that's not comparative.
No, I know that was the point I was making. So even if you do feel slighted, I'm not going to apologize for my opinion because I'm tired of fucking apologizing for my opinion.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
You've never apologized for anything in your life. You shouldn't start now.
I have. That being said, all the entrances kind of fucking Night Kang. I only got until night 2 that it was Night Kang, and that pissed me off because I wanted to shout Night Kang when we recorded it, but it didn't come to me until literally I sat down and watched it the second time. It really was. He was the Night Kang, and that didn't catch it. Good. It's gonna hold on to me for the rest of my life.
I think that's. I know that I'm not first here, but that's what annoys me most about you calling me out is I wasn't even the most. Like I walked into this thinking I was gonna have the hottest entrance. I got blown out back to back to back. And these 3 motherfuckers killed it for their Lucian entrance. I was such a huge fan of all of them. I'm sorry, I'll stop talking. I've talked enough.
You haven't talked enough. You're fucking whatever. Anyway, so we'll take it to Colin first.
I'm gonna indulge myself a little bit.
Indulge, baby, indulge.
So I mean, just straight up, I'll shout out Doc because it was incredible to be a part of this. You know, I mean, I like making my presence heard, and doing this remix of Audacity was stupid fun.
Yes.
Like
you did this. You did this.
He said it.
I did not know that. No.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna get myself on the little chair and be like, here. But I was holding
put yourself over, bro. That shit was hot.
When it was like we were talking about the future investment and shit last night, and it was like, oh, do you not care about Lucian? And I was like, I was holding my tongue so much because this is the shit I do. This is the work I put in. This is how much I give a shit about making the good stuff even better, man. Doc is one of, if not the most over character here. Since I got in this fucking place, he's always been the guy that everyone was like, oh my god, this is awesome. You know, he's huge. You know, deserves to be bigger, blah, blah, blah. This was a moment, and straight up the moment where people realized what was coming. When the first note of the piano hits, when you got the choir coming out. That was a moment where I got emotional, where I was like, these people are fucking listening to what I'm putting down. And I got to be a part of what made this so gargantuan, so enormous. I've got no doubts that when we get to the awards at the end of the season, and when we look back on this season in the seasons to come years from now, this is going to be looked back on really favorably, and it's a huge, huge moment. Because it's just like Max said, we're not going to see something like this again unless we pull a WWE and do it next year, which should be disappointing.
I'm doing it next year.
Next year? You mean next week? We're having a rematch on Turmoil.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
but who's the face? But who's the face?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like I'm so privileged to have been a part of this. I'm so happy to have been a part of this and to have seen this happen. And my only regret is that Harry didn't have a slightly different hat while I was working with hundreds of orchestral tracks to get this working for you guys.
Got him. Tell him. Colin.
No, he's not telling me shit. Don't fucking defend him, Mom. No, I'm fucking right. He's wrong.
They don't know what goes into this. They don't know what goes into this.
I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter who you are. See, this is the problem. I did it with Russ. I fucking put Russ on a little pedestal. Like, oh, hey, you're a good guy. Then he fucking talks to me any way he wants to. Fuck him. Fuck you. Colin, wear a fucking hat next time if you booked on Wrestlution. God damn it.
No, seriously, no. But what a great match, man. I think with this kind of thing, for me personally, I think especially when we talk about how things go, with someone like Tony, they've either got to win it or they've got to be out first. So you spend the whole match going, oh, anything could happen. So when he got out first, I was like, shit, anything can happen, because that's what OCW is, man. Anything could happen. The story told was incredible. The breakups between Doc and Tony when they were kind of saving each other to an extent, that added a new wrinkle, new dimension to the story that I was really, really hyped about. And of course, at the end, Quartz, for me, I mean, I don't need to mean to like blow smoke, but for me coming through OCW when I did, Quartz was my champion, right? Quartz was the guy I wanted to be. He was the guy I wanted to fight as my final boss. And when I finally got that match, I was fucking over the moon about it. But so I'm really happy with that result. But I'm more than happy with the journey that got us there because they all won me over, man. Every little bit of it. I wasn't convinced by the whole kind of Rust thing necessarily with, you know, oh, is he going to leave with the title? But he won me over. This was a match that just erased any doubts I might have had, that just ironed out all the wrinkles and just made something that will stand the test of time, right? It was years of build that I wasn't here for, a lot of it. Every moment of it just sold perfectly, and the match just didn't disappoint in any way. It lived up to it in every single way possible, and I think that's the best thing you can put down to any match, that it was exactly what it set out to be, right? It wasn't just a match card that had a bunch of promises that was going to be, nah, above and beyond. Above and beyond, man, genuinely. Really, really enjoyed it. What a great way to end the show. Nothing else could have main evented. Earned it, every second of it.
Yeah, Maxi Pad.
Holy, I think both the world title fights on both night's main events, I think they completely knocked that out of the park in terms of just having that big match feel. Whether like the in-ring work was whatever, but when it came to the big match and the stakes, I think both of them knocked that out of the park. I think this one, you talk about top 4 entrances for Lucian. The last pillar standing, that could be 1 through 4. It doesn't matter. In terms of the actual match, we had Russ dressed like Homelander or freaking
Homelander.
Right?
Oh my god.
But the perfect part is fucking right after Doc eliminates Tony, Russ comes in and eliminates Doc immediately and becomes fucking home wrecker, and it is just crazy. I also think when it comes to Quartz's entrance, I think it made sense given where it was, because he came out with the British band, and
Still
you think
booed him.
it'd be like, because you would think it'd be Tony or Doc. You think it'd be Doc, but then they obviously saw it wasn't Doc.
Try to get that
And
cheap
then
pop.
obviously they got it was some heat for Quartz, and then you also got the "We Want Doc" chants, and it just made Doc's entrance that much more epic, and it was just a well done match. On the edge of my seat, anybody could have taken it.
Fucking, I have one comment after everybody's done. Rusty, you're up, Homelander. Oh,
Okay. So
I
first
fucking
things
love.
first, I want to talk
Was that
about, Jake.
Cass who did that? Oh, I'm sorry. Continue. Go with your thought. I'm sorry.
Oh no, for Homelander, you mean?
Was that Cass or was that me or what? Because I don't know. I think Cass was like,
What?
you should do
you talking about?
Homelander.
No, because for years now, I heard the joke multiple times of Homelander. I never watched the show The Boys, and I started recently. And now I understand why sometimes people call me Homelander. And I was like, oh, okay. So for that little history, I was going to do another entrance with a total different entire solution. And then when I understood the reference and everything, and how, it's Homelander is like the big villain in this TV show, and I'm supposed to be the big villain in the match, like the slithering, motherfucker. And I said, yeah, it fits, and it's gonna pop some people, and obviously the word Homelander. So I said, it's my last match, so fuck it, we'll do the fan service thing. So I had a lot of fun making the attire and stuff. So yeah. First off, I want to say for Jake, because you hear Jake talking on pod after pay-per-views and everything. He thinks everything is crazy good. He doesn't have a lot of complaints, but there's something for him. He always complains about himself, always, and
He's
that
a fat
annoys me a
pussy.
lot. No, he's
Damn.
whether it's a match, whether he always seems like he's gonna lose. His thing is not the best. His entrance is not the best. It's been overshadowed. No. His entrance was terrific. It was. He likes to say, "No, but I got outshined by the other 3." No, fuck you. You didn't get outshined by anybody. I think the 4 entrances were, for me, the best entrance was the Doc one, because just the remix
Night
and the
Gang.
stuff and the outfit. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And kudos to you, Colin, for remixing the thing. Really
Oh, thank you.
terrific
Thank you.
job. And
Thank you.
no, and Jake was absolutely not, overshadowed by any of it because that was a brilliant idea to come out with the drums and stuff. And the actually he had the idea for the booze during the entrances that goes over the music almost in the stadium to show the appreciation for the Brit, and that was perfectly played. Also the editing on all the sounds and stuff, he did a fucking crazy job about it. Adding the Brit chants from football stadiums and stuff, even during the title presentation, and that was crazy. And for the match itself, that match almost made me stay. CW, like, no, for real, like, and I told him, I was like, but I remember that not every matchup is gonna be with these three guys, and that because when we play, we know each other so well, all three of us, all four of us, sorry, we know each other so well that when we're on the mic doing the thing, it's anarchy. We're laughing, we're doing
What?
a
You don't
lot
want
of
to fight Trey
stuff.
Golden? What the fuck? What? What's wrong? What's wrong? What? Come on.
Nothing wrong with Trey because we had plenty of matches. Leave me alone. And no, because and the ambiance that we have on the mic when we do stuff,
Ambiance.
when we have the matches and everything, it's just such a good roller coaster. Like we don't care who wins, who loses. We all happy. We had a great match. First try. We just it's just the perfect storm to everything. And as for the match goes, I love all the callbacks that were implemented without thinking about it. It's just like whenever Russ wants to pin one of the Brits, one of the other Brits comes in and saves because they know it's elimination. So they don't do it when it's Courts pinning, one of the Brits. They don't save it because Rust is such an asshole, they don't want the other one to get pinned by Rust. And so you have those interactions that come into play. You have the whole story. So between Tony and Doc, who's the better of the twins?
You sure? Because I don't understand the story of Russ Cohle. I'm
No,
sorry.
you don't have to
I'm
understand.
kidding.
I don't
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Easy, baby face. And and of course the Courts and Russ rivalry. After the contract expired, the contract that stipulates that we couldn't have a match between Courts and Russ for a year and stuff. So I loved how the elimination also occurs, like Doc tapping out Tony. So we sure have a new champion,
The curse.
and that's the whole beauty of it. It's just like, wow, we have a new champion, that's for sure. And in the White Hart Lock, Russ Cole sliding into the ring, just like the worst heel possible, just eliminating Doc. So the people are pissed off, but they're more pissed off at Russ than anything. And Courts, finally, there's like Jake said after the match, only three things in life are sure: death, taxes, and Russ Cole selling the Black Phoenix. And that's a real thing, and that's a fucking real thing. Yeah, and just the usual. But I was so happy it happened that way, just because it's just. Yeah, there's so many things I want to say, but I will let the people and especially Jake now commentate on whatever he wants.
Let's see what
But
Jake says.
I can be more proud of the. Hey, don't cut me off.
I'm sorry. Continue.
I couldn't be more proud to work with these guys for like almost 5 years now, and I think even in my imagination, it couldn't be more perfect than what we did in terms of booking, in terms of promos, the bill, and everything, and the match itself. I'm very proud that it was my last match.
Jake.
I don't even know what to, I don't even know what to say. Just listening to everybody. 5 years is a long time. Not even talking about like an internet personality. Talking to Jay when we didn't know each other and when we were just characters in a stupid EFED. Like, life changes so much. Life changes for all of us. From 2017, late 2017, early 2018 to now, life has changed so much for every single one of us. And there are certain constants that have existed, and principal among them, for me anyway, are these three guys. Tony, Doc, Adam, Callum, and Pierre.
Huh.
I'm just I don't really have many words to say. Like Max and Colin talked about the things that you'll go back years from now and watch back. I don't know how much other people give a shit or care about like going back and watching old stuff, but for me, because OCWFED has been such an impactful thing on my personal life, I go back and watch stuff all the time. Like I go back and watch Pew coming back at Devil's Night after the big Roadblock podcast. I go back and watch Maxx Edwards and Justin Jess at Wrestlution. I go back and watch Ashley Moore winning the world championship for the first time. Like it's so stupid when you think of it in the grand scheme of things. It is when you think of it in the grand scheme of things. It's easy to see how like an outsider would think how minimal this is to life, but because of how much effort, I'm not trying to put myself over, but how much effort and time, and like Jay, you and I know with my computer exploding over the weekend, how much has gone into this. Me buying all of this new equipment and finding my own voice, that I not just use on OCW TV, but I use on these events that I host for my real life work that I get paid good money to do. I have OCW to thank for that, and this main event kind of encapsulated all that for me. The entrances were such a highlight for me. I'll go back and watch them every weekend until the day I die. And I have to sell this point, especially because I've been such a big proponent on no redos and follow FPR and all that. This match that you saw tonight at Wrestlution in the main event was the first effort. We booted up, we scheduled a time, we booted up, we hit record, and we fucking went for it. And we put on exactly what we wanted. Like Max exactly said, it was everything that the card built it up to be because we knew each other so well. Just these four specifically, there's no amount of good things I could say about them that would be absolutely the end, but just OCW in general, because unfortunately, this is the end of Wrestlution. I get this postpartum depression at the end of every Wrestlution.
Wow.
But it gets harder and harder at the end of each one. Jay, I don't know how you've done it for 17 years, but man, I'm so happy that I found this group.
Yeah.
And the immense pride that I was like seeing in the chat where like these new people that were like, holy shit, this is like crazy production values. And I have to explain to them, like, we do this every week. This is not like a monthly thing. This is not a quarterly thing. This is every week. And I have to wake up tomorrow morning and book a Turmoil a card that is going to like be worthy of matching the end of Wrestlution. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Rust. Thank you, Jay, for giving us the platform. Thank you, everybody else, for giving us 16 not filler matches, not throw-in matches. All 16 matches were worthy of being on this stage. Anybody who cares about this stupid bullshit as much as I do, I appreciate you, and keep giving us greatness. Keep giving us reasons to throw the demons away.
I appreciate your joy for fucking OCW, despite fighting me at every tooth and claw, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have Lucian depression because I've been doing it for so long. So basically, I'm just like, oh, hey, I get some time off. What's the next thing I get to do? Yay. That's basically it. I don't know. I'm a psycho. My only takeaway from this match is, and I'm just going to I'm going to hurt some feelings. I fucking wish Russ would have won. Just because motherfuckers would have got quiet in that chat. That's the first thing. I would have made me happy than a motherfucker. Motherfucker got quiet in that chat, and then like the alternative plan, which can't happen. But I'll talk about it now because whatever. So no one really. All right, quick history lesson, and we can fuck off. So the titles haven't really been ever relinquished. The last time I can remember that was relinquished was Stephen Parker, or Parker Stevens rather. He at Wrestlution. Fuck, I think I might have been 3 or 4, I can't remember. One of the old ones. Y'all ain't gonna watch. He was a hardcore champion for like so long, no one could beat him. He was like 23 matches, defenses or some shit like that, some absurd number of matches. He fought Vincent Valmont for the Hardcore Championship. He won, and then he asked me ahead of time, and I said yes, but like, because I'm an idiot. And he basically, he won the match, and then he put the title in the middle of the ring and left. So looking like an asshole. Like, fuck. And I still regret that to this day. So the Russ situation would have been interesting just because it's something that hasn't been done before. You know, Rusty's French, but I can trust Russ, so whatever. So the idea was that for some god reason, Russ wins.
That's a really racist prefix, by the way.
It is? Whatever. He's French. So, you know, the idea is that if Russ would have won, you know, everyone, oh, what's Jay gonna do? Is he gonna? Nope. Would have did a fucking tournament. Would have had new stars and old stars and all that other bullshit. We would have had a nice little cornucopia of participants, a nice spread, if you will, of participants. And then at Summerside, we would have crowned a CCW champion. And then that person would go on to defend his title, you know, at Don't Come to New York and whatever else and shit like that and blah, 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 blah. And then eventually the Frenchman would come back and say, you are not the real champion. And then like WWE should have did with CM Punk. And we would have had that and it would have been interesting. It would have been fun, whatever. But it would have been a nice little side story. I am happy that Quartz won. He was considered the favorite. That's why I didn't put bidding up because motherfuckers be like, you know, whatever. But I am happy he won because the first CCW run he had was very like was it even talked about? Like people don't mention it at all.
They don't. It was
a month.
No, it was the first defense. It was won in a triple threat and it was lost in a Splinter Fest.
Yes.
The very next pay-per-view. There was one. Quartz only had one match as the CCW champion, and it was a main event against Justin Jest. So it was very short.
Yeah,
It only gets brought up as a knock to Quartz.
if it does.
That's true.
Yeah. So either way,
He
it
had
was,
the same run as Cole Jackman.
yeah, he did. Wow, fucking Quartz Jackman. Okay. But yeah, so now we have this new run, and I'm sure whatever Jake has planned will be entertaining. Jake is one of the handlers that I can kind of trust to do shit. And even if there's stuff I don't agree with, he lays it out in a way that what? Fuck you. What? Let me finish my thought before you know you can't interrupt me when I'm talking because you throw out my whole rhythm. So I trust.
That's why
him.
I do it.
Fucking ass. God damn it! Stop it. So, I can trust him more or less with what, his ideas aren't stupid. So I look forward to seeing what he has for the CCW title. Just like I look forward to seeing what dumbass idea Mike has. If he fucking fights Cass or some, I can't, whatever. We'll see. But I'm excited.
We didn't talk about the Oceans both.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Jay. Both Oceans are both Ocean brothers are one is Maxx called it out. Maxx brought it up. The Ocean Brothers, but yeah, I think I said at the end of the stream too. Both Ocean Brothers are actually champion. One OCW Harvey and one CCW Quartz. So we're not doing a what's it called, a unification. So you can fucking you can fuck that shit.
Get
sky
that
high.
out of your mind. That's never gonna.
There's
happen.
no unification. So my last thought, and then we can just wrap it up. I can appreciate quality handlers who. I look at it like this. This is the age-old question that I'm gonna hold on to, and I don't care if you fucking people think I'm right or wrong, because I've been doing it long enough, and I'll say that to the cows come home. Fuck you. I think the people who don't want the title always turn out to be the best people for the title, because they understand that, okay, I have this, I have to make this work, and then they do what needs to be done to make it work. That's just always been my opinion on it. And the thing is, like, everyone who's ever been a great champion, they're happy to be champion, they're proud to be champion, but like they don't necessarily want the championship because it impedes them on what they want to do. Like, oh, I want to do something I can't, I'm a champion. But they knock it out the park. So I appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing what these champions come up with. And any motherfucker who's been here 6 months and wants a championship, eat a dick. Sorry. I'm rude. Oh, and before I go, I have one more thing. Here I have one more thing. Keep the same energy as well. That's my other thing. My thing, and Jake is super positive. He can be super positive. I appreciate that. It's good to have. He's mom. I'm dad. It's fine. I'll be mom. I'll be dad. It's fine. I'll hit you in the face with a belt when you talking shit. Like, keep the same energy. Like, Jake keeps the same energy, so I can appreciate that because he's super positive. He wants everything to be positive. Like, I don't like seeing, like, I appreciate Maxx because Maxx is basically, he's, what's the word I'm looking for, Jake Allen? He's, what would we call Maxx? Attentive is a good word, pays attention, but he's not. What's the biased? I'm not. No, I am biased, but I don't let my biases.
He's not biased.
No, he's not. I don't let my biases dictate what I do.
But I think one thing that makes me appreciate Maxx is even when his flag is set off, when something doesn't sit right with him, he doesn't make it about him. He doesn't turn it into something that's like, now I'm gonna make this one thing I dislike a situation. That like he'll say his piece and he'll go.
My thing is, someone followed. Thank you for following, person. Who's that? Oh, Lily. Lily Chan. Thank you, Lily Tiny Chan, for following. Appreciate that. Oh, subscribe too. Holy shit! Look at you. Get fancy. Appreciate that, Kimasabi.
Love to see it.
So, my closing thought is that, like, I have my biases, but I try not to let my biases dictate. Like, for example, I always use Angus as the best example because he's the best example. I love what he does. I may not be a fan of him, but I love what he does, and I'm always tuning into an Angus match, aka Court Martial, because he's a fucking great handler, etc., right? Boom, bang, bing. I don't like motherfuckers. Okay, we like this guy, but he's doing shit because he's my friend. Fuck you. Have an original thought. I hate that so fucking much. Have your own fucking thought. Just, I don't like that person. Whatever they do sucks. No, it doesn't, motherfucker. That shit, they're doing good shit. But you, because, my friends, I hate it. Because I hate the hypocrisy of it. We can't be better. We can't develop and be awesome if we're gonna fucking pick and choose our fucking favorites because, I don't like that person, so whatever they do sucks. Fuck you. Be original and have a fucking thought in your head. Seriously, that shit gets me upset because motherfuckers don't keep the same energy. That's the problem. I need motherfuckers to keep it even because if you're gonna keep that right, great. But you gotta carry that shit over. I can't. Like, I'm not gonna I'll gush on somebody because they deserve it, not because they're my fucking friend. Fuck you. I hate that energy. And on that same token, here's another thing too. Don't go fucking searching through CC to find the tires to talk bullshit either. Don't do that. Don't go looking through streams to see what people are doing to fucking make cute comments. Don't fucking do that. Why is it that the staff of this motherfucker, myself, Jake, Nate Ortiz, and Kent, we do our best not to be spoiled unless we have to. I don't tell shit. I don't tell Jake shit. I don't tell staff shit because I want them to be surprised and enjoy what's happening. Like, hey, here's a nice surprise. Whatever. Like, so they can be, because Jake hates being spoiled. He hates being spoiled.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, so
anybody who's ever messaged me will tell you.
I try my best.
Yell at them.
I try my best to avoid spoilers on people. So why the fuck is someone like me, right? I run the spot, right? Why am I trying to prevent spoilers? And you motherfuckers are going through shit trying to be cute. Fuck you. Get your mind right. I hate that shit. When I was trying to do like little render stuff, I wound up seeing different like attire, like, oh shit. And I kind of spoiled myself, but like I just kept it in my head, and because my brain don't work, just shut up, bitch. That threw me off. Fuck. All right, but yeah. But I hate that. I honestly hate that. That's bullshit. That's fucking juvenile. Do fucking better. I honestly, that shit pisses me off to no fucking end. Like, it grates me to no fucking end when people do that shit. So be fucking better. Because if you want, I'll be petty too. And y'all want me to be petty. Like, y'all don't want me. Like, I'm bugging Colin about his stupid attire, but like I could be way fucking worse. I could be way fucking worse. And I try not to because I want to be positive. But by the same token, when you fuck up, I should let you know. But I digress. Be fucking better, do fucking better, and cut the shit. Or keep the same fucking energy. Seriously. Oh, well, fucking, I don't like Jake, so boo. That was a really good video. Fuck Jake, but fuck Russ, boo. Fuck you. Sorry. Had to get that off my chest. It was making me mad. But, I'm sorry.
Yay.
What? What happened? What happened, Russ? What?
Nope, nothing.
I fucking blacked out a little bit. Sorry, I got aggressive. Hey, man.
No, do you?
You drink? What's happening in chat? Did you drink piss? Are you being trolled by somebody? What's going on, Jake?
I think you should let the rest of our guests have some time to sign off.
Thank you for. Yeah, I'll go fuck myself. Colin, sign off. Say your final piece.
Yeah, really good show, and I don't know. I'm excited to see how everything goes forward coming here. Now the whole landscape is different coming out of Lucian.
Very.
Max.
Brits in the mud. Brits in the mud entirely.
Yeah.
The only one that could do it on a cloudy day in Wembley was Ashley Moore. All your other heroes couldn't get the job done. That's it.
That is funny.
What did Doc say? Doc said if Owen wins, he's English. If he loses, he's fucking German or some shit like that. Oh, I don't know. His fucking Doc was just on it, or was it the other one, Callum? I don't know. Rusty, your thought?
They're
Your
the same
closing
person.
I love the twins, man.
That was an alright Lucian.
Okay.
My God.
No.
He's
I
entitled
love
to
you,
his
Jake.
fucking
I'm
opinion.
sorry. I can't help it. I can't help it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not trying to be, that guy. It's just
No, you are. I love it.
I enjoyed it. It was okay. It was okay. It was okay. It's just not my favorite Lucian since I got here. That's it. That's just it.
You're
But
entitled to that.
I'll follow what's happening in OCW because I'm not totally out of it. Just Rust and maybe all the calls. I don't know. But I'll follow what's happening because Side is directly. There's no pay-per-view in between Lucian and Side, so it's gonna be interesting to see if people take the next step to build a great, Summerside feud for each other. So
I'm crushing dreams on the road to Summerside. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. Jake Allen, your thoughts?
Oh, I've given so many
You
already.
can give your thoughts, Mom.
I think Rust wants to be different.
No, I don't
Oh,
want to be.
my
No,
God.
for
Oh, here
real.
we go.
Wait a second, Jake.
I'm not gonna
Jake,
fight
Jake,
you.
Jake.
I'm not gonna
Jake.
fight
You should in
No,
the
Jake, I just want to say something. I don't say things. Usually, I don't say things because I want to be different. It's just that my views on OCW have changed somewhat. So I'm not
It's sad.
enjoying the shows. No,
It's
I'm
sad
not
to me.
enjoying the shows. Yeah, I know, but I'm not enjoying the shows like I used to. I used to turning to
And I
Friday
used
night.
to know.
And being super. I was the first mark of OCW. I was like, I need to turn to OCW on a Friday night. I don't care about SmackDown. I don't care about Impact or NJPW, whatever. OCW #1. It's just that now it can happen that I turn off streams. It happened a couple of weeks ago and last week it happened. It's
And I don't
it's not a
and I
big
don't
deal.
get that. And I don't
No,
get that. It's not a
just-
big deal. And none of this
it's
is
not
a
a
big
big deal.
deal. Time is
Yeah.
a flat circle. None of us are real. We live in a
I'm real,
simulation. But
motherfucker.
in this simulation that we live in, it is sad to hear my
No,
closest
it's not.
friend in this community say that. And that's
It's-
okay. And that's okay. Because I don't agree with you at all. I think
Yeah, I know.
what we're pushing forward is awesome, especially with this new game, because we did not know what it was going to be. What we are pushing forward,
Yeah.
excellent.
awesome.
And for you to come forward and say that you don't like it anymore, that's just a human development in your life. It makes me sad, but that's where we're at.
No, is it what we put even this Lucian is excellent. Like Jay always says, and he said it tonight, we do better than any EFED on
Our
the planet.
garbage,
That's for sure.
Our garbage
but
is
the
5-star everywhere
but,
else.
Yeah, but yeah. The thing
Facts.
is that I'm so used to fantastic. I think for this season, what I usually like.
There's no way
Well-
you can frame this that doesn't down
Yeah.
what we're currently
No,
doing. I know
no, no.
you're
Usually-
trying to do it,
No,
but it's not gonna happen.
no,
That's a real
no,
married
no,
couple.
no.
The real couple is
me,
Jake and
personally,
Russ.
It's just you know why I'm not interested anymore, because the character development that I see on my screen and mostly when I read the shows is not as strong as I would say last year or the year before, and that's because we.
So
changed
let me
games, we had
challenge you
long
real
pause,
quick.
We had everything.
Let
But-
me challenge you real quick,
yeah.
Russ, before we
Yeah.
finish up with Jake. So
Mhm.
give me one character now and one character then, and compare the strengths of them real quick. Like, who would you say in your
that's
whatever?
Such a weak thing. To
How
do,
is that a weak
though.
thing?
What? No, but I don't
Because
understand the question.
he can pick the weakest character development and then compare it to the. He could say, well, these days you have a Trey Golden, and back in the day we had Bobby Minio, and that's Fox News.
No,
That's
no,
Fox
no,
News
no.
shit. That's
That's
Fox News shit.
News
That's
shit?
something. Yeah, that is
Damn.
Fox News shit. That's
Oh.
you're setting
Well,
him up for that.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
You just
because
call me
we
O'Reilly?
always had Trey, and Trey has always been the same. So yeah,
That's a fair point.
No point.
Not unless you're a sexual
Um,
predator.
Jesus.
No. We had bad things all season. I was just more into it. It's just maybe because I don't like to watch
get it.
really the game and the game mechanics, and even
get it.
on weekly shows, I think the writing is not as strong as we used to have. It's just that and so when I read the shows, I'm not as invested. You heard me tonight when I review match. Some matches that people found fantastic or this or that, that I wasn't particularly into it. The match was good, like Owen versus Reese, but I was not into it. That's a personal thing.
Because you're biased. That's what I was talking about before.
No. I mean,
No.
he is, but that is his personal thing. I get it. I do.
You
Yeah.
can have your opinion. Just you got to keep it 100.
No, the
though.
build was good. I would just not. Yeah, the build was good. For example, for this match, but I was not appealed. by it.
Basically, before we,
other
did we go,
matches.
before let me cut you. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like we went to Jake, or Jake was like stopping, or what? Did we go to Jake? Did I skip you?
Well,
by
I'm
mistake?
just saying, like, no. I mean, I'll just reiterate what I said. Like, just to hear Russ be all poo-poo about things the same way Pew was. I was sad when Pew did it because I was such a fan of him, and I'm upset to hear it now from Russ. But that's the way it goes.
Well,
When you're tired of something, you're tired of it. I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't a part of things in my past that I got tired of. Sometimes you just grow tired of things. And in Russ' case, I think most of his criticisms are completely ridiculous and off base. And I think most of them are attributed to him just being tired of it and him being like having fatigue. So he's like trying to, he's just trying to latch on to like fake criticisms. But I do understand the fatigue part. I do. And I don't have that right now. I've had it before, even for OCW. And I've been able to creep back in because every Friday I tune in and something, a lock and key segment, a fucking maxed out segment, something with Marissa Welsh, like an Ashley Moore, something pulls me back in and keeps me going to make content. But I completely understand if that does not happen for Pierre. And I know if I know Russ the way I think I know him, eventually it will get him again and he'll be back.
That's my fault.
If it doesn't, then that's okay. I will cherish the 4.5 years that I got to know this guy.
Cherish the Han. So with that being said, we've had quite a few Lucians. So my closing thought would be like, where would you rank this Lucian amongst 13, 14, 15, and 16? Because personally, I thought 14 was our peak, and then 15 is the one where I'm like, yeah, we did it, we fucking did it. So what do you think? Like, where would you rank these Lucians?
Are you gonna put us in order here? You gonna ask us?
Yeah, a good point. Let's try. Most of these motherfuckers were here for all the Lucians, but we'll do Colin, Max, Jake, and then Rust. So Colin, where would you rank this Lucian? Here? Colin's still here. These motherfuckers don't sleep.
Yeah, no.
I know. We've been screaming and taking up airtime the whole time. We're fucking obnoxious.
We're sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I just didn't want to interrupt yet.
You should have.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Oh my God. I'm sorry, Colin. Where would you rank
Go
this
ahead,
at?
Colin.
So I'm probably about to say something horrifying,
Say it.
controversial, and
It's fine.
For me, this year kind of saved Lucian because, for me, sort of being a sort of new person to seeing Lucian kind of felt, and this was because of last Lucian. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
It kind of felt like a time where, the one point in the year where I didn't feel like I had control, where things were taken in a direction because everyone wanted to tell a big story with legends, with, grandiosity and pomp. So I wasn't too hyped for this, but being involved in future investment matches, getting to do all the work on the roads, even though I was sort of taking a step back and doing fun week-to-week stuff with Hot Storage, with ISO and Court, for me, this made it better. Like, last year, I was hugely privileged to be a champion going into Lucian in my rookie year. I won't forget that. I was also kind of a bit bummed out because I didn't get to choose the story and I got railroaded too much, and I was a bit like, But this year, I got swept up in the emotion of it, loved it, and I can just say now, I get it. I get it. I'm convinced. I really enjoyed this year. And it's got me hyped for OCW going forward. Completely renewed my kind of excitement about this event and what goes on around it.
So would you say this is your favorite one, or like
Yep.
what? Okay.
Yep.
Fair
100%.
enough. Fair
I
enough.
mean, of 2, yeah.
Well, no, I
mean,
said
yeah.
13 for. Oh yeah, he wasn't around for 14, right?
He
No.
was,
no.
he was only here for 15.
Yeah.
No, he
Okay.
was not
Fair.
here for
Fair
14.
enough. We had quite a few, man. Maxi Pad.
I think I've only been here for 3, so I've been here for what, 14, 15, 16?
14, 15,
think-
16. That's right.
I think 14 is the 3rd place. And I think 15 still got it, but I don't know. Because like looking back at 15, that was a pretty crazy pay-per-view.
15 was.
But this is definitely giving it
15 was
competition.
so good.
So I'd have to give both, a little more time and think about it. But I think 15 might still have it.
I think
I don't
15's
know.
a good one. It was Jake then Russ. Jakey.
Yeah, I don't like doing this whole
Why?
comparative thing right afterwards because obviously I'm gonna pick 16 right
So
now.
that's
This has
fine.
been
You can.
16. No, I'm not gonna do that though because 16 has controlled my life for the last 2.5 weeks, like production wise. It's not fair. It's not fair. Like from all of the stuff that I put on the show from content perspective, plus you and I getting in the booth for 4 straight nights and like calling stuff and like all the rendering and my computer blowing up. This was the most rewarding. But if you asked me this last year, I would have said this. And if you asked me this at the end of 14, I would have said that.
All right.
So I don't like the comparisons.
That's fine.
Resolution is spectacular every single year. It has been since I joined back at Resolution 12 when I still remember the morning I woke up and saw that Quartz versus Russ Cohle versus Tyson Wagner was on Resolution 12's prime. It was one of the greatest mornings that I can remember. I was like so happy that day, and now like we're so far removed from that. You would need a real comprehensive review between all of them. I think 15 and 16 to me have to be near the top just because the production values have escalated to such a level for these last 2 years. And I know last year we had some outside help from a particular racist that we don't have this year, and we were still able.
Oh my God.
We were despite him not being
Holy
involved,
shit.
we were still able to put the same, if not better, levels of production values into Resolution 16. I
Jesus
would pick
Christ,
I would
dude.
pick this if you asked me today, but man, please don't forget Holly Hunter versus Empress. Please don't forget the Bermuda Triangle match. Please don't forget the spectacle that was B17 versus Antonio Everett.
I don't like those guys.
This is what
Ooh.
this is the longevity, the long-term storytelling, and like every single time you see somebody on a show every Friday night, Riot, Turmoil, whatever, you have to like think back of what this character means. That's what OCW is about. It's that we are the only thing online that can possibly even come close to recreating what real pro wrestling is. And because pro wrestling is my favorite thing in the entire world,
Oh, let's face it.
this is it. This is it for me. So I'm not gonna try and rank them.
You
But
don't have,
I love Resolution.
Hey man, it's a fucking what you call it, whatever. That was whatever. Relax, Rusty.
Oh, it's gonna be a surprise take. Wow. I think 14 and 15 are a toss-up for me. I can't separate them. I don't know. Just sometimes I prefer 14 when I look back, and sometimes I prefer 15. You know, production value has gone through the roof, obviously, but I don't hold that against previous, resolution like
Yeah.
13, 12. I don't hold that against them. It's just, by the time OCU gets better by the production era and stuff. So, okay. But as the quality of
that's
the
a
matches
good
and the story told, obviously, since, like Jay said, and I said it before, I don't have that spark anymore. I enjoyed it less than, I would say 14, 15 are at the top of resolutions. I started at 12 with Jake. So
Yeah,
I think I'll probably 14, 15, 13, 16, 12. 16 above 12 because, just maybe I was not fully into it, but 13 is a, it's a toss-up between 16 and 13 because I always enjoy 13 as well. That's one of the tougher one to watch too because there's no separate videos on YouTube. That's just the whole show is on there. But
that was
I
the
hated that.
He hates that.
It was an experiment, and I told you
Yeah.
it was wrong at the time, and I'm glad that you did not keep doing it.
Well, it's good for the fucking algorithm. So.
Mm.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
but
Not
it's not a
good
bad
for me
loop.
as an editor.
Not good for me. I gotta what? I even like put chapters. I don't fuck a chapter. Oh, but no. Yeah. So all right, that's gonna do it for
Yeah,
us.
just- yeah.
What? Well, no, we're wrapping up. I'm done now.
No. Okay.
God damn it. We've been here. This one ran long because fuck it. Whatever. It's Lucian.
Yeah, but it's
It deserves
a love note, Jay. It's fine.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to have It's good to have constructive feedback because I feel motherfuckers aren't used to that. What did you mean by that, Jake? What did you mean? What? I'm not the best, Jake? What? Why do you hate me, Jake? But if he does it, if Russ does it,
we
you love
are.
it. I'm just kidding. I'm
We
being
are
sarcastic.
the best.
No, when it comes to this, we are, unfortunately. I mean,
I'm
fortunately.
handing the title over. I don't want to do this anymore.
You're not doing. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck it.
Don't take
Do
my
you want?
gimmick,
Do you
please.
want do-rag sensation? Because that's how you get. That's how you get do-rag
Don't take
sensation.
my gimmick, he says.
That's how you get do-rag
That's my move.
sensation. That's how you get
Give
do-rag
Lord Jock.
sensation. You really don't want do-rag
Ev-
sensation.
Motherfuckers,
Motherfuckers.
everybody vote. Everybody vote on the survey. I'll
Yeah, I
plug
was
it
trying to
one-
fill it
one
out,
time
but
for Max.
I couldn't see it properly. But all I'm gonna say is, motherfuckers are like, where did Jay know how to like whatever? Like, how, like they thought I don't know what I'm doing. And while I don't know what I'm doing, I still know what I'm doing. Wrestling, bitch. How dare you? Ugh. Disgusting. Motherfuckers really. I know how to pin too. Big move, pin. Now I'm gonna pick you back
Oh
up.
my
Another
God.
big move.
You
Sorry,
and-
I'm
you
done.
and
I'm
the
done.
pin
I'm
is
done.
so ridiculous.
It's amazing. I'm great, and you should fucking honor me for being great, but you don't because you fucking haters.
No, I don't.
Piece
You're
of
a
shit.
pussy.
You're a fat pussy. Anyway, we're done and gone. So this is Russ Cohle, Maxx Edwards, Colin Locke, G2 Core / Jake Allen, and myself, JCS. Thank you so much for listening to this horse shit. We appreciate you greatly. Before we go, here's another contest and find out all of our garbage on the following locations. YouTube, that's very important. We need subscribers. We hit 1K, which is amazing, but we need more because life isn't fair. So that's the YouTube page. Go there, subscribe. Instagram, which is rarely updated because I'm only one man, and Twitter for all of your news, information, videos, specials, packages, and all kinds of other goodies that we do that I do on a daily / weekly basis. It's annoying, but life's not fair. What are you gonna do? So thank you so much. Enjoy the content, and we'll see you, as Jake said, July 22nd for Turmoil. Promises to be an interesting show. Promises to be what is it, Turmoil Backlash? Yeah, Turmoil Backlash.
Don't call it that.
Resolution. We don't want. Well, how come we can't do Resolution Lashback? Why can't I do that? Resolution Lashback.
No,
No?
don't call it
Why?
lashback. No.
Flashback
Why?
is great.
Is Rust Austin Theory?